made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Sports medicine is the care of athletes, college athletes, professional athletes, amateur athletes, and we see a lot of weekend warriors.
At the Sports Medicine Center, we're up to date on all the latest techniques, both surgical and non-surgical treatment options for treating all sorts of injuries.
It's important to make the diagnosis, make it quickly, and start the ball rolling with the treatment.
If you can get an MRI done the same day of your injury, a lot of times that's going to help get that treatment started in the right direction instead of waiting 2-3 weeks.
And good evening to you from Rutgers, Newark University, and Frederick Douglass Field. You're watching Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV's presentation of USL League 2 Soccer, the Motown Derby, Part 2. Well, Take 2, I should say, as FC Motown takes on Morris Elite. David Hassagen here along with Sebastian Bravo. A game that was supposed to happen last Wednesday.
Yep.
Mother Nature had other plans, but we are finally back, and might be in a holding pattern, though, for a split second, but we'll see what's going on here as we're awaiting a trainer. But we can talk about the match for a little bit beforehand.
Why not?
So let's start with Morris Elite, I should say. Again, had some momentum going into this game last week, then got rained out. They lose then to Hudson Valley Hammers, and it was a pretty even game despite a 2-0 scoreline.
Yeah.
Big loss, though. No Cormac Pike tonight. He was sent off with a second yellow card in that game against the Hudson Valley Hammers, and that's going to have a big effect on Morris Elite today.
Oh, yeah, remember, let's not forget that game was just full of yellow cards. Yellow cards left and right and center. Of course, Cormac Pike, unfortunately, is not playing for Morris Elite in their starting 11 tonight, but I'm sure they're going to bounce back somehow today.
Let's talk about FC Motown. 1-1-1. They have not played in the meantime since the last game against Morris Elite was supposed to be played.
Right.
They come in here, though, and they are now missing one of their big pieces. They are missing Peter Stroud, who is the #1 player in terms of the prospect list for USL League 2 as of last week. He's back at Duke this week. However, they bring in Ryan Peterson on the offensive side, who Rutgers grad, has played professional soccer, and is a dangerous player up front. And this attacking core is very, very good.
Of course, and take a look at their result from their previous game against Hudson Valley Hammers. I mean, 2-1. You got a bunch of assists from Micah Garnett, Peter Stroud. Micah Garnett putting points up all over the place. I mean, they already got a stacked roster. I'm sure with Peter Stroud not being here, they're probably going to stack up and they're going to amount to something tonight.
Certainly will be interesting. And we are being informed that as of now, no trainer has arrived yet for this game, and so this match cannot kick off until the trainer arrives. So we're hoping that that will happen soon. But in the meantime, we can still talk about the starting 11. So let's start with FC Motown.
We'll just not get tired of our voices. It's early.
It's not like we do this for a living or anything.
Oh, no.
Konstantin Weiss gets the start in goal. The German gets the start, the former Fordham Ram. The back line for FC Motown, whenever we decide to kick off, Dominic De Almeida, Jaden Strumeyer, Christopher Tao, and Thomas DeVizio in the back. Pretty much a Rutgers feel on that right side of the back line, by the way.
Right.
The midfield, it's almost a 4-2-4. The midfield two of Matthew Acosta and Kyle Linharis get the start. And then the front four, if you will, Zach Revere and Ryan Peterson, dangerous players on the wing, with Ben Zakowski and Micah Garnett getting the start up top. Meanwhile, for Morris Elite, 3 changes to the starting 11, 1 forced, 2 not. Alex Velasquez gets the start again in goal. He's been excellent this year, is the starting 11. The back four of Jose Adames, Edgar Torres, Stefan Corman gets the start in case of Cormac Pike, and Jordy Navio on the wing, a 4-4-2 formation, by the way. Edward DeRosier gets the start in the midfield, defensive midfield. Jao Campos gets the start, along with Luke Smith and Wilja Filias. And up top, Victor Villa Gomez starts with Alberto Pangrazzi, the second striker. So again, we are awaiting the arrival of our trainer for tonight's game. The game cannot, under league rules, commence until that trainer arrives.
Well, I mean, by your descriptions of these rosters, I mean, we're looking for a pretty stacked matchup here tonight. Even though Mother Nature got the best of us the first chance, you know, second chance is always the best. Or is that third? I might be wrong.
Well, hopefully we have a second chance, and hopefully this game will kick off. But until it does, we're going to go to a commercial break here. We want to thank you for your patience, and stick with us here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports. We'll be back when we have an update for you.
Making the diagnosis and coming up with a good plan for that particular athlete is a very good thing. It helps to get the folks back on track and limits how discouraged they can actually be from the injury.
Patient education is important. We want the patient to be part of the treatment plan, and having the patient have an understanding of what their injury is, what their treatment options are, it helps them to get back to the sport that they love.
We have doctors with all different specialties within sports medicine, state-of-the-art concussion care, regenerative medicine, and then of course we have our orthopedic surgeons. If something needs to be fixed, we can fix it, more than likely in a minimally invasive fashion.
With the arthroscopic and minimally invasive procedures, we're able to do much of this surgery inside the joint without having to damage any of the surrounding tissue. That allows an athlete to return to sports much quicker.
We're seeing an excellent result with regenerative medicine. Ligament injuries that would normally have taken 6 to 8 weeks, now we're seeing 2 to 3 week recovery periods. It gives me great pleasure to be able to treat an athlete and see them succeed back on the field.
Me in this game, we got big plans. Overcoming every challenge. And right now, that means getting by him. It means putting in the time to get faster, to get stronger. One thing is for certain, I will never be outworked.
Enough?
Never.
All right. If you're not getting the most comfort out of your system, check this out. Like the rest of your neighbors, you want your home to be as comfortable and inviting as possible. It's no surprise with the winter storms around here, the demand for system repairs are way up, which means waiting around for a while for a technician to show up and having to be stuck feeling uncomfortable for a long time, which is why at ICS, we make sure to service your home quickly and efficiently so you can get back to feeling warm and comfortable again. So if you don't want to spend your winter freezing your butt off, visit our website. ICSHVAC.com.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows, and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons. Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Hey, don't you just love it when Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts your game?
Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
Rich Latman, realtor with Keeneland Latman, Sotheby's International Realty, enjoys helping clients through the process of selling their home and finding their dream home. Whether you need more space, are a first-time home buyer, or ready to downsize, Rich can help. Rich is a National Association of Realtors Circle of Excellence Award winner and one of the top producers in his area. With Rich, you can always expect expert analysis, excellent service, and exceptional results. For all real estate in Morris and Somerset counties, contact Rich Latman at 908-839-8487 or by email at rlatman@klsir.com.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school, like me, exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Back here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV. We're still on a bit of a delay. We're expecting the game to kick off at about 8:30 p.m., but we figured we'd include a little extra entertainment for you. So we have the voice of FC Motown and fellow Morris Sussex Sports commentator Charlie Brooks with us. Charlie, good to see you as always.
Always good to see you, Dave.
Well, if it's not one thing, it's another between these two teams, isn't it? The first game in the history between these two squads, we had an absolute downpour of rain in the cold. The second game, we had a 3-hour thunder and lightning delay. We were supposed to play this game last week, thunder and lightning again, and now we have another delay because we don't have a trainer. So it's one. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, and just to say, there's another game this season between these two sides that we played at Drew. So this is not the only time they'll meet this season, and we wonder if there will be some sort of issue at Drew later this season. Who knows?
Maybe the sprinklers for the turf field will go off or something. I don't know. But obviously, again, the safety of the players is paramount. So right decision to wait until the trainer is here. And they will be arriving here shortly. Traffic around the metro area, you never know what's going to happen here. But let's talk about this matchup. Obviously, the teams have split the series so far, the two matchups previously. A lot of new faces on this Motown team, but a lot of the same ones as well. So just talk us through your lineup a little bit here, and who should we really be looking out for since you know these guys so well?
Well, it's very interesting what Motown has done this season versus last year. Last year was very much a veteran heavy side for FC Motown in USL League 2. This year, they are relying primarily on the college players. Ryan Peterson is the only veteran that has been playing in USL League 2. But some players that I have really noticed have stuck out to me in USL2 so far. It's only been 3 games, but Micah Garnett up top, the St. John's player, he is a stud. He has scored 2 goals and had an assist. He scored the game-winning goal against Hudson Valley Hammers in Motown's last game, had the game-tying assist. He's been absolutely on fire. Zach Riviere, although he didn't score when he played against Manhattan earlier this year as a sub, he was fantastic. Obviously, his second year with Motown. Those are the 2 players they really have to watch for. And then also, you can't be remiss without mentioning Ryan Peterson, the Motown star. He features mostly in NPSL, but he suspended 1 game from NPSL after getting sent off on Saturday in that league. So he's here with the USL League 2 for his second appearance this season. The second time he's been serving a suspension in the NPSL as well.
And obviously you got a veteran goalie in Konstantin Weiss. He's been back for a couple of years now with you guys. But you talk about that, 2 different leads that now your squad has to balance. How has that been? Obviously, you've seen, you said, a little bit of transition between one and the other. How difficult do you think that has been in terms of, the staff and the players and trying to get that all coordinated?
I don't think it's really been that tough for Motown, especially because STA has come in and really revitalized Motown with the USL2 squad. They have taken over complete control of the team. The head coach, Tom Shields, the technical director of that squad, and they're basically separate from the NPSL squad in a sense, while still being under the FC Motown name.
Right, absolutely. And now, obviously, we've got, a couple players back from the Morris Elite squad from last year. And how do you think this rivalry has really kind of built up? Because last year, the first game was in the pouring rain, but the second game had a lot of spark to it, a lot of flair, and it kind of intensified that rivalry a bit. It'll be interesting to see how these 2 matchups go this year, I think.
Yeah, I think last year was really interesting. And you mentioned that home game for Morris Elite against Motown. There was that long delay. Motown were playing for their playoff lives at that point. Morris Elite were kind of towards the bottom of the league, so they were playing for their pride, and that game was a lot of pride for Morris Elite. This year, Motown, again, they're kind of contrasting when you look at the table. Motown on 4 points, Morris Elite only 1 point off on 3. But it's a Motown squad that has looked like it's getting better throughout the games. I think from that first game against the Cedar Stars Rush to the last game against Hudson Valley Hammers, they look like 2 completely different squads. So I'm very interested to see what Motown has today without Peter Stroud, so we'll see how that works in midfield. But the players that they have in midfield, you look at Matthew Acosta, you look at Kyle Linhares, you could have Riviere playing there, some other players. It could be very interesting. That's the one spot for Motown I'm going to watch tonight, is that midfield without Peter Stroud.
Well, it's going to be the same thing for Morris Elite, in a similar trend as well. They lost their first 2 games in pretty harsh fashion on the road, then got their first win against FA Euro, played well against Hudson Valley, but nip and tuck battle, allowed a late goal in the second half to lose that game 2-0 eventually. But again, you talk about the midfield's the place to watch. For me, the back line is the place to watch. The outside backs have really been impressive. Adamas and Navio have the Spanish connection. Really, really good for Morris Elite this year, and really been impressed with Edgar Torres as well, who's been normally paired with Cormac Pike. You bring Stefan Koroman in, who's got the experience, though, at this level. He hasn't played, I don't think, at all, maybe just once this year, I believe. But he has that experience at this level. It'll be interesting to see how he fits into this back 4. That's what I'm going to be watching for Morris Elite tonight, especially against such an aggressive attack that you guys have. Basically 4 attackers for FC Motown.
Yeah, Motown, a lot of their players like to play up front and on the wings. So it will be interesting to see how this Morris Elite defense without their captain in that back line will compete. For Motown, I'm really interested. Jaden Strumeyer, he's making his club debut. I have not seen him before. He's a UNC Wilmington product, so doesn't really play up in the New Jersey, New York area that often. But see how he meshes a back line that is 50% Rutgers University. The other 50% is Georgetown and UNC Wilmington. So a very interesting mesh that they've put together at FC Motown.
Certainly is, and Strumeyer, you coming out of Barcelona's academy, at least in part, in your youth debut, you're going to have some skill. So that'll be interesting to watch. But until that point, until we have our trainer here for the safety of the players, we will still be in a delay. So, Charlie, we'll have you back at halftime to discuss the first half. Thank you again for joining us here on the pregame. And for all of you watching and listening, we thank you for your patience. Should not be much more of a delay of maybe 15 minutes or so until the trainer arrives. And until then, we will have in a commercial break. We'll be back for the first half of the Morris County Derby between FC Motown and Morris Elite right here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV.
Look no further than Modern Acupuncture. Modern Acupuncture will ensure your time there will not only be relaxing, but make you feel rejuvenated. Not only will your stay be comfortable, but safe as well. All staff at Modern Acupuncture practice safe social distancing guidelines and keep all equipment and rooms sanitized after each visit. Modern Acupuncture, making lives better.
Cimino & Philippone is a New Jersey-based law firm with offices in Morristown and Hazlitt, devoted to providing quality legal representation and personal attention in the areas of residential and commercial real estate, estate planning, and personal injury. Contact Joe Philippone at 732-203-0060 or by email at jphilippone@cf-lawfirm.com.
I've worked with many mortgage companies over the years, from the big banks where I thought I could get the best, most competitive rate, to the small guys where I thought I'd get more personalized service. And I never thought I could have it both, until I met Family First. Family First gave me the most competitive rates in the market with unmatched service. Their team is incredible. They were always at arm's reach, ready to answer my questions, help me weigh different loan options, and work through some of the most challenging closing situations and timelines. I have to say, without a doubt, Family First is the best in the business, and I strongly recommend them if you're looking to finance or refinance your home.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Sports medicine is the care of athletes, college athletes, professional athletes, amateur athletes, and we see a lot of weekend warriors.
At the Sports Medicine Center, we're up to date on all the latest techniques, both surgical and non-surgical treatment options for treating all sorts of injuries.
It's important to make the diagnosis, make it quickly, and start the ball rolling with the treatment.
If you can get an MRI done the same day of your injury, a lot of times that's going to help get that treatment started in the right direction instead of waiting 2-3 weeks.
I think reassurance, making the diagnosis, and coming up with a good plan for that particular athlete is a very good thing. It helps to get the folks back on track and limits how discouraged they can actually be from the injury.
Patient education is important. We want the patient to be part of the treatment plan, and having the patient have an understanding of what their injury is, what their treatment options are, it helps them to get back to the sport that they love.
We have doctors with all different specialties within sports medicine, state-of-the-art concussion care, regenerative medicine, and then of course we have our orthopedic surgeons. If something needs to be fixed, we can fix it, more than likely in a minimally invasive fashion.
With the arthroscopic and minimally invasive procedures, we're able to do much of this surgery inside the joint without having to damage any of the surrounding tissue. That allows an athlete to return to sports much quicker.
We're seeing an excellent result with regenerative medicine. Ligament injuries that would normally have taken 6 to 8 weeks, now we're seeing 2 to 3 week recovery periods. It gives me great pleasure to be able to treat an athlete and see them succeed back on the field.
Me in this game, we got big plans. Overcoming every challenge. And right now, that means getting by him. It means putting in the time to get faster, to get stronger. One thing is for certain, I will never be outworked.
Enough?
Never.
All right.
If you're not getting the most comfort out of your system, check this out. Like the rest of your neighbors, you want your home to be as comfortable and inviting as possible. It's no surprise with the winter storms around here, the demand for system repairs are way up, which means waiting around for a while for a technician to show up and having to be stuck feeling uncomfortable for a long time, which is why at ICS, we make sure to service your home quickly and efficiently so you can get back to feeling warm and comfortable again. So if you don't want to spend your winter freezing your butt off, visit our website, ICSHVAC.com.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows, and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons. Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Hey, don't you just love it when Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts your games? Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
And we are back, and the trainer has arrived here at the Frederick Douglass Field here at Rutgers University, Newark. on what is a absolutely perfect night for soccer, by the way. Temperatures hovering right around the low 70s, high 60s, going to be dropping down into the mid-60s and low 60s tonight. But we are about to get underway officially, so let's go through the lineups again. For FC Motown, almost a 4-2-4. Constantine Weiss, the goalkeeper, De Almeida, Strumeyer, Tau, and Divizio in the back line. Acosta and Linhares in the midfield with Peterson, Revere, Zakowski, and Garnett up top. A 4-4-2 for Morris Elite, Alex Velasquez in goal. Adames, Torres, Corman, and Navio in the back line. Edouard Rossier, Campos, Smith, and Filius in the midfield with Pangrazi and Villagomez up top. And we are the trainer is here. He's making his way around the field. It is a pretty long walk from the main parking areas around here to the entrance.
I believe I see him. He is the man with the black bag, I believe.
There he is. He is on his way. The ball has been collected by the official, or one of them has.
We have spotted the man in need. We have spotted the man in need.
And he is the man indeed. And hopefully, are they really going to make him walk around the field? Apparently they are. But we do have a trainer here, again, for the benefit of the players. We don't want to start a game and something happens.
We'll give him a tour of one of the sides of the streets. We'll give him a tour of one street of Newark.
The street side, yes.
Street side, yes.
But the trainer is here. We're ready to go. The referee
gives a thumbs up.
Another thumbs up. Checks with the clock. And we are underway here at Frederick Douglass Field. FC Motown wearing their highlighter green and black, going from left to right in the first half. Morris Elite wearing their blue combination, light blue and dark blue, going from right to left. And an early throw-in for FC Motown as they collect things on the far side. And again, the question will be slowing down this attack for Morris Elite. When they beat them last year, that was the strategy. Get the first goal and then absolutely park the bus and try to ride out the rest of the game, which they did. Again, the two teams have split the overall series, 1 win apiece in last year's inaugural matchup between both teams.
And it looks like Morris Elite's trying to copy that exact same strategy. They're going all over the place, passing, playing a little play ball over here, and just trying to get possession every time.
Battle for it there. Almost got through to Villagomez. As you can see, they're moving their wing backs all the way up. The question is how long until FC Motown tries to take advantage of those gaps over here on the back line, on the sidelines. Big tackle there by De Rossier, and whistled for a foul. He went in heavy there on the number 30 of Micah Garnett, who is up and okay. And a free kick for FC Motown from the captain, number 2, Thomas Divizio, the Scotch Plains native. Also going to Rutgers, or went to Rutgers. Unclear if he's going back for a 5th season. Played 16 games, all starts for the Scarlet Knights last year. Scored a goal and had 5 assists. As here comes the number 10 of Zach Revere. Cuts it inside. Pretty stuff from Motown. Goes all the way through. Almost getting on to that was the 31 of Kyle Linhares. Instead, it goes out for a goal kick for Alex Velasquez. And Velasquez has been really good in the 2 home games that we've covered, Sebastian. And again, kind of a guy that they found out of nowhere, and he's turned into this tremendous talent out of Sussex County.
I mean, that is a guy you want on your team. You want a homegrown, wherever you found him. He's a talent that Morris Elite has to keep in their starting lineup, and he's proven it every game.
And he's keeping a pretty good goalkeeper in Ayub Ahmed, who's out of Minnesota United's academy, on the bench, at least for now, as there's a hard challenge, but getting the ball was Divizio, according to the referee, and we play on.
And you could see from the get-go, FC Motown is just playing with this aggressive kind of behavior, tripping, trying to get the ball, very physical, and look what they're doing now. Excellent strategy.
Beautiful ball through, and a shot and a goal! Micah Garnett, the Magic Man again. He's had an excellent start of the year. He continues it less than 3 minutes in. It's 1-0 to Motown.
I mean, like I was saying before, FC Motown has got it going on. They've had it all. They've worked out the kinks, and that resulted in that goal you've seen in less than 3 minutes.
And it's the interchange beforehand. Watch the passing play, and look how it just draws in Adames. That was a challenge there, but right on it and calmly put away by Micah Garnett. His 3rd of the season. And just like that, in just about double the time we actually played last Wednesday.
Exactly, I was going to say.
It's 1-0 to the visitors.
I mean, Micah Garnett's that guy who looks like he's knows what he's doing, can get in any position on the pitch, and like we just saw before, put the finishing touch right on that ball and got that goal.
Nice finish there. Garnett, the player at St. John's, actually played his club soccer at Cedar Stars, going into his sophomore season as a freshman. Had 18 appearances, 5 starts for the Red Storm, and scored a goal, had an assist. A lot of good pro talent have come out of St. John's, couple that have stayed local with the New York Red Bulls. Tim Parker and Connor Lade come to mind. And one of those schools that kind of gets underrated in terms of their pro ability, but good at producing talent, and Garnett looks like he's well on his way. Stefan Korman now. Korman gets shouldered, but keeps it on the ball and gives it to Wild Jeff Filius. Wild Jeff cuts around, covered nicely by Garnett, lays it back to Edgar Torres. So Torres on the other side now. Torres on the right-hand side of that center back pairing. When he's paired with Cormac Pike, he plays on the left side of that pairing. So we'll see how that communication is affected. Long ball by Korman, intercepted, and down to the feet of Matthew Acosta. FC Motown, a team that has gotten a lot of attention over the last few years in the semi-pro circuit, have made several appearances in the U.S. Open Cup, advancing a couple of rounds this year, in fact, before being knocked out eventually by Rochester, New York FC, formerly known as the Rochester Rhinos. Although here comes Morris Elite the other way, into the middle for Villagomez. Victor Villagomez, the shot gets blocked, bounces around it there at the top of the box, cleared by Acosta. Better, though, from Morris Elite, but here comes FC Motown now. 3-on-4. Now defensive players getting back. Nice ball out to the wing, but offside on that play. It's FC Motown. Not exactly agreeing with the call over there, but early on you already have the lead, but that shows what this Motown team wants to do. They were hurt badly last year by that loss at Union High School to their county rivals. They were playing for playoff positioning in USL League 2, their first year as well in USL League 2. And that loss kind of sent them tumbling, and they ended up missing that postseason. So that's something that you don't often see in either USL League 2 or the NPSL from the Motown Celts, as they're sometimes known. So that one is sent over the top. DeRossier wins the header, goes off the back of the number 10 of Revere. DeRossier brings it ahead. Nice play there by Pangrazi. Pangrazi goes out wide. Looking for an option is Campos. Lays it back instead to Smith. Smith now on the ball, actually. That was the 19 of Campos. That one is out of play. And a throw in for FC Motown.
I mean, FC Motown is going off. Literally,
Morris Elite, I should say.
Their uniform colors literally match their behavior. They are on a green light. They are going everywhere. I mean, they're attacking on every possession. They are after every ball. They study the ball like it's a snake studying its prey. I mean, it's uncanny.
I tell you what, it's two teams that are playing their best when they're playing fast. We've seen that with Morris Elite when they played FA Euro. When they get that speed, especially on the outside channels, that's when they play their best. As there's Wild Jeff Filius on the left-hand side. Villagomez looks for an option, goes out wide. He has a player there. They try to lay it inside for Campos. Intercepted, but Morris Elite still on the ball. Asking for the service with Smith. Instead it goes to Pangrazi and almost deflects it home, but Constantine Weiss is equal to the task and collects it.
I mean, that's sort of the passing idea that FC Motown went in for the goal on the previous play, but they went kind of for a little bit of a cross because they saw they had a little bit of defenders in the penalty area. Saw the cross, saw the opportunity, passed it right there, had great touch, but just missed it.
As FC Motown collects it now, the number 4 of Dominic De Almeida playing over there, along with Jaden Strumeyer making his club debut today. Strumeyer, the product of UNC Wilmington, going into his senior season next year. Also played with La Masia, the famous Barcelona academy, in his youth. So he has a pedigree to him from Morganville, New Jersey. Went to Marlboro High School. So here come the Greens marching forward. Cleared out of the way by Adamas, but not far enough. On the ball is Divizio. Lays it inside. This is Acosta. Costa waits for his options, decides to go back to Christopher Tao. Another Rutgers Scarlet Knight playing on the satellite campus today. Turnover there, though. Morris Elite trying to work quickly, but not fast enough as Villagomez holds it up. Nice ball over the top there by DeRossier. Will it stay in? Yes. Keeping it in was Jose Adames. Nicely done. This is Filius. Well, Jeff Filius inside to Luke Smith. Smith goes wide, looking for Campos. He has him. João Campos goes back to Navio. Inside to Smith, back to Navio. And now Campos makes a deflection and earns a throw-in. Campos getting the start, plays for Sussex County Community College. Going into his sophomore season as a freshman last year for the Highlanders. 4 goals and 8 assists in 12 starts. Native of Lisbon, Portugal. So a little bit of the Iberian connection down that right-hand side with him and Jordi Navio. Three players from the Iberian Peninsula if you include Jose Adames. This is Filius. Tries to send it over the top. Looking to get on it is Campos, but it's a little too far. Good idea, though, from Adames. But it's a goal kick for FC Motown. The veteran Konstantin Weiss in goal. He's been with FC Motown for a couple of seasons from Karlsruhe in Germany. Went to Fordham, played for the Rams for a couple of years. Also played club football with Waldhof Mannheim. The Waldhof Buben, as they are known. As this one is sent high over the top, looking for Micah Garnett. Nice headed down there from Adames. Filius on the ball. Avoids Smith and gives it across to Navio. Navio. Corman. Lays it outside to Adames. Jose Adames. Lays it forward to Villagomez. Looks to overlap. Nice pass there to Filius. Jeff Filius cuts inside with a shot with the right foot. Deflect down. Still there. But offside is called. And I don't know why. That was clearly a shot.
That was, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, so it's must have been offside on where he was when the shot was taken, but looked very close according to the line there. But we'll bring up VAR if we have to. Do we have a VAR capability in this booth?
No, we just have this plexiglass we're looking through.
We can just draw it on the screen like a John Madden play.
We'll just take a Sharpie. We'll just pretend it's a screen.
Please don't say it's a Sharpie. Use the dry erase. That's a nice ball over the top from Villagomez. Trying to get over there was Campos, but it's cleared off his foot. And it will be a corner kick for Morris Elite, the first of the game.
Now, this is a dangerous opportunity for FC Motown. If they can capitalize on this corner kick, I mean, this will just set this straight off into a 1-1 game. And it's right, and it's as early as the 11th minute. This is still anybody's game.
It certainly is, and you can feel the momentum has changed a bit in favor of the home team here, Morris Elite. The last 5 minutes, ever since the goal, they've gained more confidence. But a goal here will certainly set this game alight.
If only they can find the right play for this.
Corner kick, short, cleared out. It will stay in there for a throw-in, though. Everybody will stay up. And let's see if they have anyone who's a long throw specialist. Stefan Corman will go back to his position at center back. A long throw just as good as a free kick taker now. Ask the Red Bulls. Tom Edwards has filled in as that role with the long throws. He probably 30 or 40 yards he can get on a throw, which in soccer is not easy to do. As this is Stefan Corman now. Corman looks for an option. Goes wide to Adames. Goes down the wing for Filius. He will get on there. Nice ball there from Adames. Filius cuts down the end line. Looks for a cross. It's blocked. Now Vio tries to get in there. Instead, it ends up with DeRossier. Edouard DeRossier. Back to Smith. Adames with space. Good play here from Morris Elite. Into the box, looking for Bengrazi. It's too far. Villagomez on his left foot. Villagomez goes over the bar.
You can already see Morris Elite trying to change their momentum, trying to change their strategy. They're finding more gaps in FC Motown's play. They're finding more kind of opportunities, making those gaps with themselves, as well as finding the gaps within FC Motown's play. So kudos to them on making those plays and finding those gaps within Motown's plays.
They're finding some room down the outside for sure. That's something I'm sure that Coach Tom Shields will be looking to address. So we're in the 14th minute here, 1-0 to FC Motown. Micah Garnett with a goal in the 3rd minute, giving the visitors in the lime green the lead.
And you know, somebody I would really like to point out, Wild Jeff Filius, that guy is on something right now. He is on every ball. Every pass that he's given to him, he's capitalized. He's done an amazing job, and he's only been 15 minutes. But right now, you can tell he's a power FC Motown has to handle.
Well, and it's interesting, too, because he's changed sides as well. Usually he plays on that right wing as an attacking mid. But today he's on the left-hand side. João Campos is on the opposite side. So obviously that's Campos' more dominant side.
Right.
They want to play to his strengths there. As that one comes across in a volley, but offside was FC Motown. That was a good look there for the number 37, Ryan Peterson. And Peterson is quite possibly one of the most dangerous players in either this league or the MPSL, wherever he's playing. Former professional, played with Detroit City FC when they were in NISA, won a championship for them, actually scored the winning goal for that title. But went out, played at Rutgers, had a great career there, moved on to the professional ranks. But he's come back home as this one's over the top. Looking for it is Villa Gomez, and Weiss, just inside of his own penalty area, collects it. That was dangerous from the German, but had the height advantage and got over the top of Villa Gomez to claim that one.
Villa Gomez and Wild Jeff on that left wing is already a dangerous combo. You can already see that just from their stares.
Well, it's two different types of striker, too, up top between Villa Gomez and Pangrazi. Pangrazi much more of a target forward. He's taller. He's going to be better on those crosses. Villa Gomez has his speed, and we've seen that this year. So the two can kind of play off of each other. As here comes Filius using his own speed. Goes around and taken down, and a foul. As taking him out was Divisio, the captain. And it'll be a free kick in a decent position for Morris Elite. And you can see there, Wild Jeff using his speed. He beat his man there, the number 12 of Ben Zakowski. So almost a 4-3-3 that we're seeing developing here with Garnett, Peterson, and Revere up top. And then Harrison Zakowski just behind. And Acosta with them into the holding mid. That cross sent in. It's a decent one, crashing into the box, and a player down for FC Motown. No call, but now they're going to stop play with FC Motown on the counterattack, and it looks like it might be a head injury. And now calling for the trainer. And that one, that's an automatic. Obviously, we've seen a couple of plays earlier this year where, again, the referee is not obliged to blow the whistle unless it is a head injury. If it is a head injury, then you have to stop play. And we'll see if the FC Motown players, okay, it's difficult to see who that is, but you want to know why we delayed the game, folks? It's just in case something like that happens, because we're 17 minutes in. If we had started on time, this would have happened without the medical personnel on site, and that is just not acceptable according to the league protocols and league rules. That's why they are there. So, and the player for FC Motown is up, and he's okay because he's arguing for a yellow card against Morris Elite on that clash of heads. I believe that was against DeRossier is who he went up against, but
even though he might have a head injury, he will still get up for that yellow card.
Exactly. He's still trying to work the referee, but he'll have to go through protocol again, trying to see who that is. No numbers on the shorts.
At least we know he's fine and up and going.
Yeah.
That's good.
Vertical, always a good sign.
Right. Vertical, walking, breathing, just being alive.
Being alive is usually pretty good.
Yep.
And it is the number 4 of Dominic de Almeida who is on the sideline, and so they'll put him through the proper protocols before he can re-enter the field. The player at Georgetown going into his junior season. The Lincoln Park native. Actually went to Morris County Technical Institute. Played his club soccer with PDA. But we'll see how long he is out for as they are checking him out right now. So FC Motown for the moment, down to 10. As they go to Garnett. Intercepted nicely by Adamas, but Wild Jeff can't control it, and it's out for a throw-in for the visitors. And a change of head coach for both of these guys. Donato Curti taking over for Morris Elite. The USL2 technical director Alan McClintock was the head coach for FC Motown last year, but changed over to Tom Shields this year. As this one goes through and kept in nicely for DeRosier now. Plays it ahead to Villagomez. Back for Smith, who sends it across to Filius. Nice ball by Wild Jeff Filius, but intercepted equally well by the back line of FC Motown. Filius on the ball. Looks for an option. Gives it to Smith. I can't tell if that was a mishit or a skill move by Smith. I'm going to say he's a skill move, according to him. Adames, Villagomez now.
To make him look good, we'll just say it's a skill move.
Certainly looked that way to me. As Smith looks for a pass,
but you know who
goes wide.
You know who has skill? Wild Jeff Philly is playing on the left wing. I mean, that again, I cannot say it enough. That man has found his place there.
Cross comes in, defended away nicely. Motown looking to clear it up, and looks like De Almeida, we'll see. He's heading back toward the bench right now, down below us. He is heading toward the bench, not back to the field. So and there's a warm-up going on for FC Motown, so the visitors might be forced into an early substitution here. We'll wait until that's verified. Man, that was a heavy collision between De Almeida and the number 10 of DeRosier. And we'll see, again, right now, De Almeida is not down below us. He's back toward the bench, and there is warm-up going on for the visitors, FC Motown. So we'll see what that change is if it occurs. As we hit the 20th minute now, 1-0 in favor of the visitors. Micah Garnett with the goal. As the sun has officially gone down here again. Started a little late. We had to wait for the medical personnel to get here. But then again, like I said, traffic here is unpredictable. So we can forgive him for that. We've all been in that situation at least once. This one's sent across to the number 30 of Micah Garnett. Interesting for Garnett, the goal scorer, currently playing as the outside back in kind of a reshuffle of that back line with De Almeida currently out. So not quite the attacking force that FC Motown maybe was hoping for at the moment. We'll see how that changes. This is Stefan Corman. Corman looks for a long ball, looks for Filius. It's a decent one as well. Filius tries to get around. He's taken down from behind. No call, says the referee. We play on. A bit of a shove in the back. It's questionable. If that's outside the box, it might be a foul, but it's a borderline penalty. We might have to take a look at that one again. Nice cut back inside. Looking for a shot. It's number 12, Sikowski. Instead lays it back to Garnett, who just sends one high, wide, and over the top. Let's take a look at that last play. Was this a foul on Filius? It's a good ball over the top. Takes a bounce, and Constantine Weiss kind of caught between two minds, and yeah, it's tight. I think he goes over a little too easily there.
It looks like a push. That's what I'm seeing. I saw some foot in there.
Kind of tripped over himself.
Yeah. I also saw something from Motown, but we'll just continue on here.
And it looks like we will have it will be a substitution for FC Motown, an early forced sub. So Dominic De Almeida will not be able to continue, and Chris Noriega will come on instead. Noriega, an early substitute, going into his senior year at Colgate. Has a good pedigree as well, coming out of Somerville, went to Del Barton, one of the powerhouses in the state of New Jersey, as he's going to go out to the left side. And Tao will move into the center back position alongside Strumeyer. This one is sent. As this is collected by DeRosier. DeRosier inside to Filius. Wild Jeff with a shot. Nice save by Weiss. Wild Jeff with a nice curling effort, but the German is up to the task.
Why do you think I mentioned that man? Why do you think I mentioned that man's name twice already? He's worthy of getting noticed on this broadcast. I mean, assist after assist, an almost goal by an inch off the post.
Yeah,
almost an inch.
Just got saved there by Constantine Weiss.
I could really take out a measuring tape and probably find that.
Corner kick comes in swinger. The German up for it and makes the catch this time and is sure on it. And will send it up forward, but a little bit off on the aim as Revere was waiting for it on the right-hand side, and it went to the left instead. So Morris Elite will recover as Wild Jeff is playing in the back line now and gives it to Corman. Gives it back to Filius. DeRosier. Filius again. Back to Corman. And back to Velasquez. Stephon Corman back in the starting 11. He was an outside back, was his primary position last year for Morris Elite. Appeared in 10 games, 9 starts, as that one bounces around off Pangrazi. Adamas back in for Filius. Gets shoved and tripped over himself a little bit, and it's a turnover, but retaken by Morris Elite. DeRossier, good ball forward for Navio. Jordi Navio sends it inside, was looking for Pangrazi, gets through everyone there, but Campos is trying to get on it, and almost forces the turnover. Instead, it's a free kick as he tugs at the shorts of one of the Motown players. Campos lively out there on the right-hand side, showing his burst of speed. There's been some good moments for Morris Elite, unfortunately, behind on the score sheet. Still pretty even, though, outside of those first 3 minutes, and then the next 5 were more Morris Elite. Since then, pretty even between the two sides.
I mean, pretty heavily contested, like individual matches, you could see. Just each player getting on each other.
That's a good ball going around the outside. Zakowski's on it. Ben Zakowski cuts inside, overlaps with the 31 of Lynn Harris. Lynn Harris goes to the byline, sends a cross over everybody with a ton of power, but not much accuracy, and it's actually out for a throw-in there.
You could see FC Motown had probably been practicing that in practice, how to get inside the penalty area and put that ball with the right amount of force to get that goal in there, because it looks like they've improved drastically.
Yeah, but the biggest thing with that cross is just trying to catch it with just the right amount of finesse. The cross is sometimes it's about power. Most times it's just about the placement, and that one from Lynn Harris left a lot to be desired. That was over everybody.
You got force, you got placement, and if you're running into the penalty area, control of speed.
And the nice ball by Adamas, looking for Filius. He's battling there with Divizio. Nice job there by the captain, who's still under pressure from Filius. Slide tackles him, and now Divizio gives him a bit of a stare, as it's a foul and a free kick for the visitors. And, those two are chatting a bit. Filius gives him a little pat on the back and apology, but that could be a matchup we could be watching throughout the rest of this game. A free kick, though, for FC Motown in the 26th minute. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's match, Jag 1 Physical Therapy, The Shop Chatham, and Alfred's Sports Shop for supporting Morris Elite SC. And we thank them for their continued support on our broadcast as well. And again, if you are enjoying what you are seeing, we encourage you to subscribe to both Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV, both of our YouTube channels where we are streaming today. And click that notification bell so you know when both channels go live. A little bit of trouble here. A high press from FC Motown. Almost forces a turnover. A shot from Garnett, and he scores!
You could already see the pressure that FC Motown was building on Morris Elite. Just going in, player after player, defense after defense.
Let's take a look at this, and you'll see the chaos there in the back, because that was classic New York Red Bull style high press and a beautiful strike from Garnett.
I mean, look at that. Player upon player, player on defense.
It's never good when it's 5-on-2.
No.
It's never good when it's 5-on-2.
When you're getting outnumbered on your back line and you're seeing that you're faltering and you're getting close to the goal, that's not a good sign.
And again, that is the style that you saw under the now Leeds manager Jesse Marsh, that high press in the attacking third, where you just absolutely suffocate the defense and force the turnover, and we saw it brilliantly there.
Morris Elite was not expecting that high press at all.
Exactly.
You would not see that. That was an unexpected play, an unexpected wild card out of Motown's repertoire.
Although here comes Morris Elite. Villa Gomez looks for a chip, but it goes over the top. But no, that was interesting because, again, that's the first time we've kind of seen that from FC Motown, and in that split second, all of a sudden 5 guys are along your back line, and with the way that Morris Elite has played, you have the 2 center backs while the outside backs are moving up. That leaves them the 2 center backs along on an island. If that happens again, you're outnumbered, you force the turnover, and, well, we saw the result, and it's the second goal of the game for Garnett.
For that high press play, you have your defense, and then your midfielders can come back to play defensive line, and then you get 5-on-2, like you were saying before.
And that's a second goal of the game and a 4th of the season for Micah Garnett, who continues to impress for FC Motown. A 2-0 scoreline here in the 29th minute. As Corman sends one forward, it goes over the top of Villa Gomez, who tried to get on that one. Filius battles for it now with Divizio. Those two going at it once again. Lays it inside for Acosta. Now goes to the inside, Christopher Tao.
I mean, now that FC Motown has scored 2 on this Morris Elite team, the question is how will or if Morris Elite will respond, how will they respond?
Well, they're going to have to respond with some defense because FC Motown's looking for blood now. Here comes
breaking them down.
Here comes Lynn Harris inside. This is Acosta. Acosta just having some fun, goes wide to Divisio. Divisio decides to go back and keeps it with the number 3 of Christopher Tao. Tao back to Strumeyer. Intercepted, though. Bad pass from Strumeyer. Here they come the other way, Morris Elite. Villa Gomez almost gets it through from Pangrazi, but a nice play from Strumeyer, who apologizes to his fellow players up in the attack for the turnover that started it in the first place. But again, you see there the difference. The mistake from FC Motown, not capitalized by Morris Elite, whereas the 2 mistakes in the back from the home side have led to goals. Here comes Filius. Good ball forward to Villa Gomez, but it's a little too far, and that one is onto the streets of Newark. And we'll have to get a new ball in. Oh, did they call a foul there? Nope. Just checking on Jeff Filius.
Let's just hope Jeff got a little bit of a mellow talking to from the official over there.
Yep, didn't look like anything more than checking in on him.
Yeah.
Villa Gomez now. Villa Gomez.
Remember,
using some physicality, Villa Gomez cuts inside to the 18. Villa Gomez looking for options, lays it across, almost gets Pangrazi, but Constantine Weiss, nice play to cut in front and catch that one, and almost was 2-1.
Could Constantine Weiss be Motown's version of our Velasquez? I mean, every single shot that we put up, I mean, you can call them shots, I mean, they were just opportunities missed, but every single time he's gone to the ball, he's just caught the ball and with a certain finesse to him.
Yeah, and that was nicely done to cut that off because Pangrazi was waiting. But again, you see there Pangrazi's dangerous abilities. Here comes FC Motown, though. Good interception there from Corman. As coming in here is Smith. Smith lays it inside to DeRossier. DeRossier now goes wide, looking for Adamas. He finds him. Jose Adamas, the NJIT Highlander, passes it back to Corman. Corman goes to Edgar Torres. And again, you wonder how much of missing Cormac Pike has affected the backline chemistry. Corman has proven himself at this level. He's had 10 appearances under his belt last year as an outside back, so it's not his natural position. Whereas Cormac Pike is a all-in-all center back. But a turnover here. DeRossier. No one out there on the wing for Morris Elite. They try to get it through to Villa Gomez, but it's intercepted nicely there. And now Motown will come the other way. Adamas steps in nicely and will send it back to Velasquez.
I mean, you look at that last play. DeRossier was spacing 5-on-1. I mean, obviously you can't get past the 5-on-1 unless you have help. And help wasn't even there for him. So it looked like that was obviously a well-thought-out Motown play.
Good thought-out defense from FC Motown as they go down the right-hand side to Pangrazi. Gets knocked out of play, and it'll be a Morris Elite throw-in as we hit the 32nd minute mark. 2-0 to the visitors in the 3rd annual Morris County Derby. Goes down the wing. Morris Elite trying to respond at least once before halftime. Good cross comes in, almost finds Villa Gomez, ends up with Wild Jeff Filius, takes a deflection, and getting there first is Weiss. Another good opportunity and a good look for Wild Jeff Filius, but again, just unlucky that time.
If you're trying to look for the face of this Morris Elite offense and defense, you want to look at it. Wild Jeff is that guy.
He's all over the field.
Oh my goodness.
All over the field.
He's just going. He's like Cormac Pike right now. Cormac Pike's not even on the field. You can call him that because he's all over the place.
And he's taking that leadership role, which is huge. Is looking for a foul with Pangrazi, and the referee just waves his finger in his direction. I'm sure that will not be taken well, but we play on. You know, I like to see a referee with personality, though. That's, you know what I mean? Like, if the players are going to yell and scream at you for 90 minutes, the least you can do is give a little Batumbo finger wag. Here comes Luke Smith. Now DeRossier. DeRossier looks for options. Cuts inside and lays it back to Torres.
You got to listen to the referee, and the referee gives you some attitude. You just got to stay put and just do what
you say.
Told.
Yes, sir, and
exactly.
You say yes, sir, and move on.
Right.
This is the 13 of Luke Smith.
You say something else, you might get hit with a yellow card at some point.
Absolutely. This is Adamas. Inside to DeRossier. DeRossier looks for options, goes out wide, looking for Wild Jeff, who continues to battle on that wing. Keeping it there nicely, that was Villa Gomez for Smith. Smith switches the field. Nice ball across to Navio. Jordi Navio inside to Campos.
It looks like
Campos goes out wide. Navio trying to get there first, and Weiss again, the first one to the ball, and takes over.
I mean, you look at this Morris Elite offense; they're all spread out. They're all over half field towards their attacking third. They're not finding any single kind of communication. Whereas Motown is all centered in, and they're finding communication. They have some sort of like camaraderie that's working out for them.
And a foul behind the play, and it's a foul against Morris Elite. It was pointed one direction, then pointed back the other way. Some confusion from the referee on which way each team is going, but Filius looking for sympathy and not going to get any from the officials in black tonight, as FC Motown gets a free kick in the 35th minute. Coming forward is Acosta, another Scarlet Knight, the native of North Hunterdon High School, from Annandale, going into his sophomore season. Was actually all Big Ten freshman team last year and started all 17 games with the Scarlet Knights, had 2 assists. Impressive from him. Intercepted here by Peterson. Peterson has not had too big of a factor in this game, but all it takes is one opening for Ryan Peterson to make a difference. Goes out wide to Divizio. Divizio, cross deflected, and on the hop, claiming that is Velasquez.
We haven't seen too much action from Velasquez this game, but you know he's a powerhouse in that goal.
He's made some tremendous saves the last 2 games, but so far today, the 2 chances he hasn't had much to do because he's watched them sail into his net. The 2 goals were really unstoppable for him. As here we go, now Morris Elite trying to switch things up. Pangrazi.
Sorry for my previous comment before. I forgot that they were up 2-0.
Yep.
No action. Sorry about that.
Well, no saves yet on the night, so
Right,
that would be the goaltender's action.
Yeah.
As this is the number 3 of Christopher Tao.
He had some action just throwing himself while the ball just went into net.
Good effort on both, but again, the 2 shots so far from Garnett were absolutely unstoppable. There's very few goalkeepers that are going to save those. As Morris Elite providing a little pressure of their own up top now. Again, the question is how much energy can these 2 strikers put forward? As Smith goes over the top, was eventually looking for Pangrazi. Villa Gomez was closer to it. And almost getting it back, though, was Smith on the interception. Divizio inside to Acosta. Acosta inside, nice pass there to the 12 of Zakowski. Goes wide. This is Revere. Revere looks for an option. Good defensive play. And out for a goal kick. Nice slide tackle there from Morris Elite.
I mean, you're looking, again, this Motown offense is something that is something of a miracle for them. Just they're going in, they're attacking, they're getting close every time to the penalties box. Morris Elite's defense is not doing that well, and you're seeing the results.
Stefan Korman on the ball now. Smith. Smith has also been a nice addition to this Morris Elite team this year. Very, very calm in the midfield. He's got good skill. Again, though, missing that captain in Cormac Pike tonight. That's a good ball forward, though, from Pangrazi. Pangrazi, edge of the 18, looks for an option. Gives it to Navio, now outside to Campos. Campos, cross to the back post. Unfortunately, didn't get his foot around it, and it's out for a goal kick. 37 minutes in here. 2-0. FC Motown with a pair of goals, a brace from Micah Garnett. Garnett from Parlin, New Jersey, had a great high school career with Gill St. Bernard's High School. St. Bernard's one of those prep schools that just pumps out D1 talent in whatever sport they happen to turn to.
I actually have a buddy that went to Gill St. Bernard's.
Really good basketball program as well. Nationally ranked this past year.
I believe one of the top recruits from ESPN's top 100s from Gill St. Bernard's.
As this one goes over the top, Adamas flicks on the header, but Corman's there to back it up. Unfortunately, turns it over. This is Divizio. Divizio, covered by Wild Jeff. Taken down with Zakowski, and it's a foul against Filius. He's got to be careful. He's had a couple of talking tos by the official.
Remember, he got a yellow card last game, so let's hope he doesn't repeat those actions.
Yep, got to stay calm. Again, yellow card accumulation can also get you suspended, but walks away calmly from the situation.
Well, this is a different game for Wild Jeff. Before, he was just another player in the starting 11. Today, like you said before, he's taking more of a leadership action leadership role. So if he gets a yellow card, what does that set for an example for the rest of his starting 10?
And we kind of saw it devolve last game from Morris Leeds. Several yellow cards, as you mentioned, as the cross comes in on the free kick, cleared to the top of the 18 via Gomez, pressures and forces them back. But no, Wildjet Phillies, he's had a good season. He's really been impressing me week to week. But like you said, he stepped up in a big way today in that leadership role in the attack. Nice ball there from DeRosier. Here comes Villa Gomez. He's got some open space. Streaking back to our 4 FC Motown players, and they're all over him. Villa Gomez gets fouled, and that was a very light one. FC Motown does not agree, and it'll be a free kick in a dangerous spot for Morse Elite in the 39th or 40th minutes. The referee telling the most FC Motown players to get back, and I'll tell you what, great defensive effort from FC Motown. They streamed back in defense.
It looks like their strategy is just pressure all over the board. You can write it out with a giant dry erase marker.
And that was,
Go ahead.
No, and that was a good ball from DeRosier. He had room. They just all caught up to him. But a free kick here now, edge of the 18, about 25 yards out from Villa Gomez. This will be a cross, though, as he sends it in. He actually goes for the top corner. He scores!
That was his Lionel Messi moment.
Golazo, Victor Villa Gomez! A stunner to the top corner, and the veteran halves the deficit in the 40th minute. It's 2-1. My goodness, Victor Villa Gomez, take a bow.
Oye, tú lo escuchaste desde Bolivia. Oye. Oh, my God. You could hear that all the way from Bolivia.
What a shot there, and no goalie in the world is stopping that rocket from Victor Villa Gomez.
That looked like a perfect Ronaldo free kick right there.
Unbelievable.
Right there, got his foot right on the ball, went right into that top left corner. Something Konstantin Weiss just couldn't cover.
And and that was just as I said it was going to be a cross. Well, wrong. I'll take that as a wrong answer for me. Villa Gomez's first goal of the season. And I don't think he's going to better that one anytime soon. That's something you do in practice. several players and several people up here with their hands on their heads in disbelief. That he clearly watched Luquinhas from a couple of weeks ago for the Red Bulls hitting the upper 90, because that was absolutely brilliant from the St. Benedict's product.
Connor here in the press office is just absolutely baffled here.
That's classic. That's a classic Connor Donahue goal right there. That's.
Best goal of the year. Oh, yeah, best goal. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're trying to better it as here they come again. But and there's a foul, though, as coming in hard and catching the player was Campos. But I'll tell you what, though, in the last 5 minutes of the half, getting a goal like that completely changes the game going into halftime.
Exactly right. That momentum shift, and you could see Villa Gomez clapping himself, giving him that pat on his back. That goal just changed momentum and put Morris Elite in that front position.
And I'll tell you what, if I'm FC Motown, no, I don't want to give away any free kicks anywhere near the 18-yard box, because if that's the possibility, keep it away from me.
And you don't want Villa Gomez taking that free kick, because we just saw what happens if you give him that opportunity. Absolute magic.
Absolutely tremendous, and he has shown that skill, and I've seen him from last year, as this one is over the top. Nice play there from Torres, who collects it. I saw him a lot last year, as we'll get to that point in a second, turnover, but ends up back with Morris Elite and back to Corman. He's got that skill. He has always had that skill. He just did not get lucky last year. He had so many chances that we were either blocked, came up short as the pressure here.
There's that pressure again.
Velasquez to Corman.
2-on-1.
Corman sends it long, but it's intercepted by Divisio, and that's what that high press does. It forces a mistake. Nice job by DeRosier stepping in, sends it high into the air, and out for a defensive header by Divisio, a throw-in from Morris Elite. But he's always had that talent, and to see him rewarded like that is one of the best goals.
You could see from the get-go he has that tenacity. He has that drive, that he wants it. He wants it really bad, and that reward is just the ultimate payoff.
I know MLS has it. I don't know if USL League 2 does. If there's a goal of the week poll, I think we've got one for you from here at Rutgers Newark. What a shot from Victor Villa Gomez.
That's going to be heard all over US League 2.
Oh, USL, yeah, that one just set the entire room alight here. And the field is gone as well, as that's a good ball forward. Nice ball ahead. This is Campos. Campos cuts inside to the edge of the 18. Nice defensive play there from Noriega. FC Motown trying to hold on and trying to counter themselves now. Their lead halved to 2-1. A pair of goals from Micah Garnett, and now Victor Villagomez with an absolute screamer past Constantine Weiss. Nice turnover there from Morris Elite. DeRossier, Smith. Smith goes back to Torres. Torres plays it head, goes back to Corman. Corman, former Montclair State Red Hawk, looks for an option, goes route one down the wing to Adames, who loses out a little bit. Villagomez on it now, tries to cut through two players, intercepted nicely though by Lynn Harris. Going forward, advantage play by the referee as Acosta will take it now to midfield. It's Acosta. Goes across to Revere. Acosta again. And now goes back to Christopher Tao. Over the top, looks for the 31 of Lynn Harris. He's on it here. Back to DeVizio. DeVizio. Inside to Zakowski. Zakowski.
Oh, what a great
to Garnett.
pass.
DeVizio. Nice work here from FC Motown. DeVizio with a cross to the 6-yard box. Header easily collected by Velasquez, was going wide all the way at the penalty spot. But better there from FC Motown.
There's that pressure again.
Yep, they're playing more of that pressure game. Team in lime green, as this is Corman. Corman.
Like you were saying before, that uniform lime green, that represents go for them. They are nonstop.
Absolutely. Not the colors of the crest, ironically. That more of a darker shade of green, closer to Celtic out of the Scottish Premier League, but they certainly are noticeable in those highlighter green kits.
You need one of those things at night so you can see at night.
No. I need one of those to blind my enemies if I ever need it in a fight somewhere. As this goes down the wing. Look out. Here comes Motown. A heavy touch, though, from Revere. Picked up by Torres.
Put one of those jerseys on a bike. I'm pretty sure people will see them at night.
Filius cuts inside. Filius looks for options. Doesn't have many. Tries to lay it through, and he was looking for Pangrazi, but he was caught flat-footed. Good idea from Filius. As we hit the 45th minute. And we'll see how much stoppage time we have. Maybe 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half with a couple of goals.
Probably as a result of the checking on the head injury of that Motown player.
True, it might be 3 minutes, maybe 4, as our producer might have called. As here comes Zakowski. Goes across, nice slide tackle there by Madamas. Sends it out for a throw-in. Zakowski, the Glen Rock native, going into his senior year at Monmouth University, had 51 goals and 20 assists in his high school career, 5 and 5 in 18 starts for the Hawks. Part of the MAC All-Academic team as well, MAAC that is. Good challenge there by DeRossier. No fouls as the referee, and a goal kick. As we're ticking down the last seconds here of the first half. 2-1 to the visitors at this point, but it has certainly been an entertaining derby here between these two teams.
I mean, this has been a well-fought fight. You've seen both sides slashing at each other. You got goal after goal. You got pressure from Motown. You got finesse from Morris Elite. I mean, this is just an equal matchup, and I'm excited to see what we're going to see in the second half.
Well, here's Pangrazi still looking. Pangrazi using his physical abilities. Pangrazi goes wide to Villagomez. Villagomez, top of the 18, goes wide. Campos with a chance. Side netting, and a good save again by Weiss. But they're not going to let him take it. No corner kick, end of the first half. And several players exhausted after this first half. Morris Elite not happy. They're not going to take the corner kick, but a successful first half for Morris Elite, but a better one for FC Motown. The visitors lead 2-1 after 45. We'll come back for the second half and an interview with Charlie Brooks as he talks about the first half here when we come back here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports.
Rich Latman, realtor with Keeneland Latman, Sotheby's International Realty. Enjoys helping clients through the process of selling their home and finding their dream home. Whether you need more space, are a first-time home buyer, or ready to downsize, Rich can help. Rich is a National Association of Realtors Circle of Excellence Award winner and one of the top producers in his area. With Rich, you can always expect expert analysis, excellent service, and exceptional results. For all real estate in Morris and Somerset counties, contact Rich Latman at 908-839-8487 or by email at rlatman@klsir.com.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school, like me, exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Back here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV, coverage of USL League 2. 2-1 FC Motown over Morris Elite after 45 minutes. Joined back again by Charlie Brooks, the voice of FC Motown and fellow broadcaster here at Morris Sussex Sports. Charlie, really entertaining first 45 minutes. A really good start for FC Motown. Then got the second goal to kind of break momentum from that Morris Elite was building. And then maybe one of the goals of the year from Victor Villagomez. Talk about that first half. Really interesting the dynamic between the two teams.
Yeah, I think this is a deserved scoreline based on what we saw in the first half. FC Motown really put on a nice press, especially in the box. Both of the goals for Motown were forced basically because FC Motown were pressing so hard. That's not something that I've always seen from this side, so it's impressive to see them do that. But Morris Elite, they're still in this game because of that goal. They may have had a goal earlier. Costa Weiss with a fantastic sprawling full stretch save kept it 1-0 at the time. So that's why I think 2-1 is the right scoreline in this first half.
Certainly has been, and Morris Elite has been impressed. While Jeff Filius is having a tremendous first half, he's been really a dangerous player down the wings that I'm sure Coach Shields will have to deal with. But that goal from Victor Villagomez, I'm sorry, Constantine Weiss is a really good goalkeeper. No one in the world is saving that shot. That was an absolute blast.
We've seen two amazing goals on, so if you think of it, Micah Garnett, his
second goal was also there.
He one-timed it into the top corner, then you have Villagomez scoring into the other top corner on the other side of the field. So we've been treated to some fantastic play on the field. I've really liked Morris Elite, their response after they went behind 1-0, again after they went behind 2-0. They didn't let it slip away. We saw that 5-0 scoreline earlier this summer against the Long Island Rough Riders, so impressive from them. But Motown, they still have that nose ahead, so it's going to be interesting to see how the two teams come out of the locker room. If Morris Elite comes out with all the momentum and they look the better side, or if Motown come out and retool some things, as their midfield hasn't always been working. They've been moving players around the field a lot. I've seen players in midfield, and all of a sudden they're up top, then all of a sudden they're in the back line. I don't think Motown has figured out how they want to play this game yet.
It's a bit of confusion. I think there's a lot of players that play similar positions out there from Motown, but they're kind of playing out of position at times. So you're seeing that rotation through. And obviously for you guys, that early injury as well to De Almeida. So really your only defensive change left on the bench is Will Stroud. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic, and that's something they're going to have to take into account here later in the game.
Well, talk about a substitution. Will Stroud is not a bad player to come off the bench.
No.
Will Stroud, one of 3 Strouds that have made it far in the soccer world. Jared Stroud, obviously former Red Bull, now at Austin. Peter Stroud, who you haven't had the pleasure of seeing him in person.
I saw him for 1 minute and 45 seconds.
You saw him for 1 minute 45 seconds, but there's a reason that he was number 1 on USL League 2's list. He's definitely a future MLS player. Will Stroud has shown flashes of that, but player that's shown flashes of MLS quality, Micah Garnett, so far in this game. I told you, watch out for him.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
That's rung true so far. Only 45 minutes. More could happen. He wants that hat trick, I am sure.
And only going into his sophomore season at St. John's. But looking into the second half and where we could see changes, obviously for Morris Elite, you got Murdy Kaliko on the bench. He's got a couple of goals on the season. Cadena, Zach Golden's got some talent. Aogo as well. Where do you think FC Motown changes? Because, again, you got a lot of attacking players out there and more midfielders kind of sitting on the bench. So do you expect some more defensive changes, or is that going to be later on?
I think that will be saved for later on. If you want to make a change up top, you could bring on Lucas Ross. He's shown some flashes. He's a young player about to go to UNC to play for the Tar Heels. But midfield, Anthony O'Donnell is a great player to come off the bench. He's a Rutgers product. Grant Barrientos, when he's played for Motown so far this summer, he's looked good. Justin Aguirre Rosas, another good player. And then, as we mentioned, Will Stroud. So there's some talent for Motown off of the bench. But I think they're pretty settled with the players that they have right now. Obviously, you didn't want that first half substitution, having to take off a defender, especially De Almeida, and a center back that he was playing.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like they moved Noriega outside and moved Tau in once that happened. And so now we'll see how that sort of dynamic changes for FC Motown. They definitely are a very high-press team, though, at least from this first 45.
And we'll see how that press is implemented in the second half. Charlie, thank you for your insights. We'll take another break here. When we come back, second half action here from Frederick Douglass Field at Rutgers Newark. 2-1 FC Motown over Morris Elite at the half. We'll be back after a few minutes here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV.
Whether you are a trucker or a landscaper, accountant or carpenter, needing workers' compensation, general liability, or commercial auto insurance, Gladstone Coverage Group has you covered. Gladstone Coverage Group is a one-stop agency specializing in many types of insurance, including life, personal, business, and Medicare supplement insurance, as well as employee benefits, serving many communities throughout New Jersey. As an insurance partner protecting you and future generations, contact Tyler Brinson at 908-698-0477 or by email at tylerb@gladstonecoverage.com and tell him Morris Sussex Sports sent you.
Chairman's Elite Club Loan Officer Midge Vandelinda of Loan Depot is your go-to person for home loans, whether it's a new home mortgage or a refinance of your current home, and she specializes in renovations for those who want to add on and fix up. Because of her extensive knowledge of loan programs, problem-solving skills, and steadfast commitment to customer service, Midge ensures that each borrower receives superior guidance as they pursue one of the most personal investments of their lifetime. Reach out to her today at 973-202-0992 or mvandelinda@loandepot.com.
Starting us off at number 5, here's Mendham's Liam Lloyd with the snipe past Morristown goalie Dylan Peck for his 10th goal of the year.
Daniel Leonard with great defense to steal the puck back, moving behind the goal to pass it back into the middle to Ryan Leonard with a first-time shot to make it 3-1 for Bernard's first whipping.
Coming in at number 3 is Par Regional's Dylan Zelinskis on a great individual effort, creating a breakaway opportunity for the goal as Par Regional breaks through for their first win of the season.
Morristown with the pressure on all of the Mendham players to give Harry Stetton an incredible breakaway to fake out the goalie, letting them know who the boss is to score the 4th goal for Morristown.
Finally at number 1, it's Pope John star Alana Robinson with the crossover against Sparta's Bryn McCurry and finishes with a smooth jumper. Let's take a look at that again, but in slow motion. The Wrap-Up Report's top 5 plays of the week are brought to you by Planet Networks provides award-winning high-speed fiber internet, telecommunications, and managed technology services. Keeping essential information, technology systems, and connections updated, safe, and secure 24/7 requires specialized expertise and support. Planet Networks delivers as a trusted partner, enabling you to accomplish your personal and professional goals. For more information, visit planet.net or stop in and visit the local Newton or Denville offices and tell them Morris Sussex Sports sent you. If you want to catch even more highlights from Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts, tune into the Wrap-Up Report as we feature top plays and athletes, as well as upcoming previews of the teams you want to watch out for that weekend. You can check us out on Thursdays at 6 p.m. right here on Morris Sussex Sports.
College is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school, like me, exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Hi, I'm Rob Gusweiler. As the branch manager of our Parsippany location for North Point Bank, I can tell you emphatically that our customers continue to sing our praises. Our community values us as much as we at North Point value our team. Our goal is to always exceed our clients' expectations. If you're just zipping through life and need a helping hand with any of your home buying decisions, please give us a call today.
At Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. We offer a variety of products and automotive services to enhance your vehicle's performance. Our mission is simple. We never promise more than we can deliver, and we always give the customer more than they expect. Because at Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Back here for the start of the second half in what has been a very entertaining Morris County derby here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports. 2-1 the visitors, FC Motown over Morris Elite. A brace from Micah Garnett in the first half. Started 3 minutes in, but then an absolute screamer from Victor Villagomez made it 2-1. Looks like there is a halftime change for FC Motown. And it looks like it's the 17 of Grant Barrientos is on the field. The question is, who is he replacing? It looks like, we'll see who is off here.
Take a look in a second who.
And it's the number 10 of Zach Revere who is off the field. So a second change for FC Motown. Zach Revere off. Grant Barrientos off, and he will be sitting in that midfield, so they are trying to shore up the midfield a little bit, is FC Motown, to try to change the dynamic here.
I mean, again, midfield is a position on the pitch that can be versatile, that can play offense, play defense when you need him to.
Exactly, so you'll see Zakowski now more up top, Acosta and Barrientos playing in the midfield as the second half is underway. FC Motown again. Oh, and that's a shot, and what an introduction for Barrientos as he gets hit right in the face by his own teammate. Here comes Morris Elite the other way. DeRossier goes back to Navio and gives it back to Torres. But yeah, Barrientos takes a shot right in the face by, I believe it was Acosta. So that not the way that the Booton native wants to be introduced to the game. Barrientos, graduating from George Washington University, was a 3-time All-Conference and All-County player in high school at Booton. Had career 36 appearances for George Washington and 25 starts for the midfielder. More of a defensive midfielder, more height. So you'll see him again. He's there to shore up that back line for FC Motown, which was decent in the first half, but showed a lot of gaps, especially in the outside.
Of course, and that's something Morsley has had to have that talking for going into at the end of the first half. Those gaps, they need to capitalize more on them.
The number 3 of Torres now on the ball. Torres looks for options, gives it inside to Campos. Campos, nice move. Keeps going, does Campos. Goes wide now to Navio. Navio to the end line. Does he get there? Yes, he does. The cross comes in. Nice save there, right? Weiss does rebound. Another save by Weiss. A double save. Constantine Weiss shuts down Pangrazi and shuts down Villagomez, and now it goes the other way. Trying to get the hat trick is Garnett. It's popped up in the air. Still trying to deal with this, and now Corman's on the ball. Morris Elite, though, off to a good start here in the second half.
They are attacking like there's no tomorrow. I mean, there wasn't attack much in the first half. That's why they're going into this second half with that momentum. They need that attacking mentality.
Although FC Motown not showing any signs of slowing down either. Looking for a foul there was the 37 of Peterson. He doesn't get one. But another great couple of saves from Constantine Weiss. First on that little flick by Pangrazi, and then Villa Gomez right from the edge of the 6. Just put it right at him. Anywhere else, and it's 2-2 inside the first couple of minutes here of the second half.
And that's what they need. They need that second goal. They need more chances, more opportunities. And going into with that momentum, Morris Elite is looking in the favor here.
Well, that turnover, not what they needed from Corman. Corman back into the corner, lays it out, and that's nicely recovered to Smith. Smith moves ahead. Victor Villagomez, kind of a harsh spinning touch there off the turf. The benches for both teams, already 2 subs used from FC Motown remaining on the bench. Ryan Friedberg, the backup goalkeeper, is on there, along with Will Stroud, Justin Aguirre Rosas, Anthony O'Donnell, and Lucas Ross remaining on the bench for FC Motown. Some different names on the bench for Morris Elite we will get to in a second. Here comes more FC Motown now. Back to the top of the 18. Barrientos now from the wide areas looking for Garnett. Hit it up in the air, easily claimed by Velasquez.
That was a great defensive read by Morris Lee. Saw that cross going in, got that defensive play, and off you go.
That high press being shown a little bit more now from FC Motown here at the start of the second half.
Right, you see those.
Look out, here they come again.
There you go, yep.
There's the pressure. Nice job, though, by DeRosier to keep it and find some space to break.
You see that defensive back line already moving in for that press.
Villa Gomez. Pangrazi was taken out, and there is a foul on a free kick. Let's go to that bench for Morris Elite. Ayub Ahmed, the backup goalkeeper today. Sean McCourt and Alex Cadena on the bench, along with Will Golden, Will Pierce, Murdy Kaliko, and Asembo Augo. As this goes to the other direction, Navio now. Nice play by Navio. Uses the dummy, goes outside to Campos. Back inside, no one there at the edge of the 18. Donato Curci not happy. Looking for someone there, but a little bit ahead or behind, depending on how you look at it. Nice step up there by Torres. Torres with a player on. Gets taken out from behind, but getting the ball nicely there by Linhares. Good ball forward. It's a manic start in the first 5 minutes here in the second half. Garnett on a hat trick. Sends the cross in. It's a good ball, and it's a great goal. Ben Zakowski with a beautiful first-time finish. Beautiful cross, beautiful goal. And it's 3-1 against the run of play to FC Motown.
I mean, if you're FC Motown, you're feeling ecstatic right now. They're just high-fiving themselves, giving them thumbs up. I mean, you got to feel amazing. Morris Elite, on the other hand, I don't know what they got to do. They got to figure out their defensive line. They got to put more offense. There's so many things that are going wrong for them. They just got to figure out what to do and how to do it.
Their responses have been good in this game, it must be said. They've looked good after allowing goals, and you can hear the vocal bench trying to get that team energized.
But like you just said right now, after the goal has been scored, you don't want a goal scored against you.
Yeah,
you want that. You want that kind of that mentality. You want to keep that momentum up without a goal being scored.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that. Now you're looking at 3-1, and you got about 40 minutes left in the second half. You got to make 2 more goals.
Well, it's certainly they've had opportunities again, though. It's just been about, you think about that double save by Weiss just a minute or two before. Good look there from Pangrazi. It was a good reaction save there. But then Villa Gomez has to bury that second goal, that second shot, and he didn't.
Of course, and we saw that play, that cross. That was a beautiful cross, a little bit of a pass going into the box. Just a missed opportunity by Morris Elite. I mean, there was nobody in that box to get that goal right there.
Barrientos lays it out wide. Nicely done there by Linhares, but better job there from the defense of Morris Elite. They try to respond here.
And there's that press again by FC Motown. You got 2-on-1 again.
Forces the interception and a turnover in the midfield. This is Acosta. Inside. A shot is scuffed a little bit there. The through ball actually from Barrientos.
You saw that
not quite there.
You saw that gap of two defense and 1 midfielder right there, and you got 1 player in that gap. Just a pass there, you got a goal. Another one that would have been 4-1 if 3 seconds ago.
As we
had
get
not capitalized.
That's the goal for Zakowski. An excellent goal though from the Glen Rock native. As here comes FC Motown again, but that ball is too far forward. Zakowski again going into his senior year at Monmouth University. Monmouth has had a lot of success in the MAAC, the MAC. Have to clarify that because there are 2 MAC conferences, one with 1A, one with 2 A's. The MAAC for Monmouth, the Monmouth Hawks.
Maybe there's one with 3 A's. We just don't know it exists.
I'm sure there's some organization that has 3 A's somewhere.
See, one's MAC, one's MAC, and the other one's MAC.
Now that's that dumb humor we were talking about before. As here comes the interception there, nicely done by Campos. Trying to move it forward. Nice job by DeRossier. Here goes Pangrazi with numbers. DeRossier comes forward. DeRossier, good job there. Nice defensive play by Christopher Tao.
DeRossier was right on there. He could have capitalized. He could have just put that little touch because Constantine was just moving in with him. Just didn't capitalize, and he threw his hands up in the air in disappointment, and I feel for him right now.
Just a heavy touch a little bit there from DeRossier, but certainly a nice turnover to send it the other direction. Morris Elite does not look resigned to their fates by any means, as that one over the top from Torres is easily claimed by Weiss. It's the first goal of the season, by the way, for Ben Zakowski on the year in USL2.
If I was Donato Turcucci right now, I would just say you need to have more people in your defense. I mean, your defense is almost obsolete right now. I don't see any defense. No midfielders are coming back to play the defensive role. You're just letting Motown score these goals on you.
Well, now you see after that third goal, FC Motown's kind of backed off on that high press a little bit. And again, the thing with the high press is it's not a strategy you can run for 90 minutes.
Right.
You have to pick and choose when you come up in the press. As we see it here, as Marsley's trying to play out of the back.
Right.
There's the press again.
You see the lone goalkeeper, and you have two
Good
defensive
ball.
back.
Good ball to DeRossier trying to get on that is Navio, and he will. Jordi Navio looks for options, gives it inside to Campos. João Campos tries to lay it inside instead of taking the shot, and it's intercepted and goes the other way. Here comes FC Motown.
At this point, now you're down 2 goals.
Look out, look out. Here comes FC Motown. Lynn Harris tries to give it across. Nice interception by Corman. Took a little too long on that one. This is Navio again. Yeah, that's got to be more selfish, I think, from Campos.
To go back on that previous point, he should have. Now that you're down 2 goals, Campos should have taken that goal instead of just passing somebody else. I mean, you're down 2-0. You got to do something.
I mean, you understand the decision because it is that passing. You know, you want to have that nice passing style.
Right.
At a certain point, it has to stop being pretty. Although I will say this for Campos, he's had a really good outing today. He has been all over the place. There's a foul as being ripped down to the ground was the 24 of Navio. That was Peterson with the foul. And Morris Elite will just get things back going with a simple passing play in the back line.
Looked like a little bit of a forceful hug with that one.
spun him around a little bit. So we hit the 55th minute. Corman sends the ball forward, but well defended. But you see there the numbers on that side, all in FC Motown's favor.
Right.
That's a nice play again by DeRossier. Tries to force the turnover. Peterson still on the ball. Goes to the turf, but keeps possession. Here come the visitors again through Acosta. Goes wide to Zakowski. His 3rd goal gives them a 2-goal advantage once again. Nice ball down the wing. Divizio trying to get there. Nice ball inside as they try to find Garnett. A couple of Morris Elite players converge. And it is out for a corner kick here for FC Motown.
I mean, Motown is just capitalizing on every single passing opportunity we find. Just going on, passing it perfectly. They're communicating efficiently, communicating well, to the point where almost like a working machine.
Well, this is a club that knows how to win. They've done so for several years now. Right. They've been a powerhouse in the semi-professional game in this state, in this region.
You could say they're much of a higher caliber than Morris Elite is. They have more experience.
In terms of historically, yes.
Yes, they have more experience.
Yes.
Like you said, they've been a contender in the U.S. Open Cup. So they've had that kind of high-level experience to bring down to this lower level of semi-professional soccer.
Almost a nice move there from Victor Villagomez, but intercepted. But, yeah, and again, this is – this is the, only the 2nd year from Morris Elite. It's a still new group of players. That's a long shot from range, a skipping shot that's collected by Velasquez easily on that one. But it's a Motown team. Again, it's a culture with FC Motown that, in terms of the NPSL, consistently winning their division, consistently going into the playoffs, and then qualifying for the Open Cup. And they've won rounds several times before. They knocked out the Red Bulls U23s a few years ago. They again, made it a couple of rounds this past year before being knocked out by a professional squad in Rochester, New York FC. So it's something that Morris Elite is trying to build and in a way trying to emulate. As this one's over the top again, looking for Navio. Good ball there. Navio tries to take it first time, sends it across. It's a little too far ahead of Pangrazi, but trying to get over there and will get over there for Morris Elite is Filius. Filius back to Adamas. Adamas. Morris Elite trying to get something going. It's a good cross, and Adamas wins a corner kick for Morris Elite.
Now, again, this corner kick is very dangerous. They're on Motown territory. Again, they just need that placement, the finesse, just a good amount of defenders and offensive players in that box to get that opportunity.
A set-piece goal here would put this game right back in the balance for Morris Elite. The corner whipped in, easily claimed by Konstantin Weiss as he sends a long throw, almost gets it to midfield, but Wildjet Filius is there and sends it back the other way. Corman with a nice touch, ends up with Adamas. Goes wide. Filius back in the defensive shape. That was via Gomez on the far side. And they go back now to Corman. Corman gives it to Torres. Morris Elite by no means have resigned themselves here. De Rossier goes to the outside of the butt pass looking for Villa Gomez. Will he get there? He does with a back heel, runs into the retaining wall. He's okay, but see, Motown keeps the ball instead.
I mean, you want to talk about skill.
Some style on that one.
Yeah, some skill, some style. I mean, all the S's.
A little bit of seasoning on that pass. That was a great ball by De Rossier, but just a little bit too heavy on the touch. Here comes Motown the other way. Lynn Harris cuts to the outside. Lynn Harris cuts to the edge of the 18. That shot, not sure if that was meant to be a cross or a shot, but either way, it didn't connect with it well, and it's a goal kick for Morris Elite. Again, we want to thank our sponsors here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports for their support of Morris Elite Soccer Club. We want to thank Jag 1 Physical Therapy. We also want to thank the Shop Chatham as well as Alfred's Sports Shop for all of their support all season long here of Morris Elite as they continue their existence in USL League 2 and the USLW League this year. USLW League team for Morris Elite, by the way, cracking the top 3 in the power rankings in terms of that squad. And I'll tell you what, from the goals and the games we've seen, that's no surprise.
And apparently there's some news on our very own Miss Lauren Wrigley from our
Team of the Week.
Team. Yep.
Team of the Week.
Yep.
The UNC Tar Heel, who's absolutely become a star for this Morris Elite women's team. They have a long road trip. The next 4 games on the road for them.
Yep.
As here comes FC Motown, though, trying to string together back-to-back wins. Morris Elite trying to get their second win of the season and break a 1-loss slide that they are on. And again, you wonder how long you wait if you're Coach Kirchie to bring on some fresh legs, because it's been really good. It's been a lot of positives from Villa Gomez, from Pangrazi, from Filius, but you can only do that for so long. You've got to bring on some fresh legs eventually. The question is, who do you trust to get a couple of goals out, either providing or shooting them? As that one's a long ball over the top. There's the backspin of the turf that keeps it in for Villa Gomez. Villa Gomez looks for options, doesn't have many. Trying to get on that left foot, instead he gives it to De Rossier. De Rossier with a chance, goes wide to Adamas.
And like you said before, with Villa Gomez not finding that many options, that's what's wrong with this Morris Elite offense. The fact that there are not many options to go for.
Not enough bodies in the attack right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Since there are not that many people in the attack mode, in that attacking position, I mean, what can you do except pass it back or pass it to another player and get a turnover?
And, I mean, you do want to stick to your style. You want to stick to your game plan. As there's a tie up on the side. No foul. Filius continues. They play on. Half of the Motown players have stopped. It's a 5-on-3 the other way. Wild Jeff Filius.
I mean, anything goes. You got to capitalize.
Oh, and it's a bad pass for Pangrazi. The Motown players stunned that there was no foul there. There was a clear tug on the jersey, but nothing called.
Both teams are stunned. I mean, Motown are very stunned that they didn't. Morris Elite didn't get a foul. Exactly, no foul. And Morris Elite are stunned by getting that capitalizing opportunity and missing it.
There was a moment from Filius there where he kind of he turned and he was like, all right, there's going to be a foul.
Right.
Wait, there's no foul, and he just keeps on running, and now there's one called as Smith causes the foul there on Garnett. As we're into the 62nd minute here. 3-1 FC Motown, a brace from Garnett. And Zakowski with one as well, as the ref apparently signaled it was a foul against FC Motown, despite their player being advantage apparently played. But again, that is the referee's prerogative, and he's a lot closer to the game than we are. Goes now to Lynn Harris.
You can say that again.
Lynn Harris goes back to Barrientos. Now to Peterson. Intercepted there. And playing it back is Torres to Velasquez, but that clearance is not the best, but it skips off the foot with some spin. And a handball called against FC Motown and a free kick for Morris Elite. No players currently warming up yet for Morris Elite or FC Motown, so both managers happy to continue with how it is, as the referee is making sure that the ball is in the correct position for the restart. Torres on the ball. We'll lay it back to Velasquez. Velasquez has allowed the 3 goals, but again, none of them really he had any chance of saving. Did the Newton goalkeeper, but
I mean, again, it's all because of that Motown press. I mean, you could see exactly,
and see what it does. It causes the turnover in the midfield.
It causes errors.
And again, this is to anyone who is a Red Bulls fan who watched the Jesse Marsh era. That was it to a T. Force the pressure, send it over the top, intercept in the midfield. And that just causes, at the minimum, it causes chances, if not opportunities for a goal.
Right.
And some goals themselves.
I mean, you could see that working out for them beautifully. I mean, 3-1, it's working out amazing. And I'm pretty sure the Motown head coach is feeling very happy about himself right now.
As here comes Motown again down the opposite wing. This is Zakowski. Sends a long one over the top. That misses everything and, in fact, hits the fence before anything else. So it's a goal kick.
Let's just hope it didn't hit a car and somebody had their windshield cracked.
According to Charlie Brooks, that field goal was good. I don't know. That was more of a penalty try from rugby based on that angle, but we'll have to go to VAR again to check and see if that is the case. As a goal kick here from Velasquez, and he'll just send all of his players forward. And again, that's a nice strategy to get away from that press, is just stop playing out of the back, just send it long, hope that you can win that second header. Morris Elite has had their flashes, but only the one goal, the screamer from Victor Villagomez. There have been opportunities. The question is capitalizing on them. Motown has done that to a T. That's a hard challenge by DeRosier, and it's a foul. He's not happy about it, but he charged in on Garnett and ran him over. So a free kick for FC Motown, about 35, 40 yards from goal, give or take.
Again, this is dangerous for Motown. For Motown, this is dangerous because they can up their lead 4-1. This is dangerous for Morris Elite because they could let this go to 4-1.
Yep, and this is one of those moments where it's kind of gut check time, but again, FC Motown perfectly fine with just playing it short and playing their game. They don't lack confidence.
They are in control.
Look out here, a chance at the opposite 18. The shot deflected and blocked there nicely by Torres, and DeRosier now on the ball.
Like I was saying before, this Motown team has this game in control. They are playing to their pace. They're setting the pace. They're setting everything. I mean, you can't get any better than this for Motown.
And a little bit of a change, too, as well. Jeff Filius is up now kind of on the left wing instead of more of a forward instead of a midfielder now, as they're going to 3 in the attack. And, again, we'll see how that adjusts once the substitutions are made, as this is Garnett. Garnett lays it back to Acosta. Acosta goes wide to Zakowski. Zakowski cutting inside. He's getting a lot of room up at the 18. That pass is blocked. Takes a deflection. Morris Elite will get there before it goes over the end line. And sends it forward, but an interception again. Motown starting to find their mojo here as we tick on to the second half here at Frederick Douglass Field. This is Noriega. Substitution coming up for FC Motown. It looks like Lucas Ross will come in a moment. So they're bringing on another attacking option. That says all you need to know. Actually, a double substitution as the 14 of Justin Aguirre Rosas also coming in. So they are reinforcing their attack and their midfield. That tells you everything that FC Motown wants from this game. They want revenge. They want blood from last year. And it'll be interesting to see what the counter is. And it looks like it's a double substitution coming on for Donato Curci as well. Looks like 4 subs about to come on, 2 for each team. But right now, FC Motown battling for it.
They want to win this derby.
They certainly do, but nice turnover there. Filius.
Yeah. Oh.
All over the place. Nice move inside. Plays the ball forward. Villa Gomez has some room, but it's 2-on-3 right now. Villa Gomez crosses with Pangrazi.
Morris
Villa Gomez has a hip check and no foul. It's called shoulder to shoulder. He got the ball, says the referee, and will play on.
I mean, just from that play alone, you saw Morris Elite just not bringing any person up to help via Gomez and Pangrazi.
Here comes Lit Harris the other way now for Motown. Cuts inside to Garnett. Garnett on the hat trick. Nice interception. Good timing there. Drossier with an emergency slide tackle to get it out to Campos. And again, double substitutions coming up for both teams as Alex Cadena and Murray Calico about to come on for Morris Elite. So 2 substitutions each for each team going in here at about the next stoppage as Adamas is on the ball. And it'll be DeRossier sending it long. Route 1 football looking for Villa Gomez, but it's too far, and it's intercepted. And again, we'll see what the substitutions are once the ball officially goes out of play. Instead, it's at the foot of Weiss and now Strumeyer. Steve Motown has already made 2 subs as Revere and De Almeida have come off. And this will go to the inside now for Acosta, who's been the distributor from the defensive midfield position. But Motown now looks perfectly fine with 7 or 8 players behind the ball just playing defensively. Good ball forward, though, for Filius. While Jeff Filius trying to use that speed against Divizio. It's a foot race there, and sending him to the turf is Filius, but it's a corner kick. Wow. Divizio and Weiss not happy with that decision. Victor Villa Gomez. Do you think he shoots from here? I mean, he had the curl enough to shoot from here, but the substitutions will come on first. As Morris Elite will take off Jordi Navio and Yao Campos come off. Good shifts from both of them, it must be said.
Very much so, yes.
As Cadena will come on along with Calico, so an attacking option coming up top, which will probably mean Filius will move into the midfield. As coming off will be Zakowski for FC Motown, replaced by Lucas Ross. And Justin Aguirre Rosas will come onto the field for the 37 of Ryan Peterson. So a forward replaced by a midfielder in that regard. But now the corner kick to deal with. How do the defenders deal with their assignments? Villa Gomez, back post. He's got an option or 2 there, but it's a nice defensive play. And now a chance on the counterattack from Motown. Good job there by the 24 of Navio, who's actually still on the field. Victor Villa Gomez.
Oh, I believe Villa Gomez.
Villa Gomez is actually off.
Yeah.
Villa Gomez off. Navio is still on. My mistake.
Yeah.
As Cadena will come onto the field. So again.
So more likely Luke Smith will go into the right wing here.
Well, we'll see how it goes. They're actually playing Cadena up there. So again, Cadena on along with Murdy Calico, replacing Villa Gomez and Campos.
Sure.
For FC Motown, Peterson and Zakowski off, replaced by Ross and Aguirre Rosas. As this one goes down below, battling for it and winning it, at least for the moment. Nice job there again from Edgar Torres, who continues to be a standout. He's done really well this season and again this game. Corman sends it long, loading for Calico.
You could tell that Edgar Torres plays this kind of rugged, gritty defense. You can see that from all his plays in this game.
Calico tries to beat him along the end line, shoved to the turf, no foul, we play on. Headed defensively, nicely done by DeRossier, goes back to Corman. Now Torres. Torres looks for options, finds Calico. In space, Murdy Calico. Good wide pass there to Navio. Navio to Cadena. Cadena inside, looking for Pangrazi, the rebound, it goes across the goal and doesn't go home. Pangrazi looking for a penalty. He's not going to get one. And another chance for Morris Elite goes begging. Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
What a play by Alex Cadena. Great interchange down the right-hand side. Pangrazi has just missed a goal about 4 times tonight. He's been very unlucky. And the cutback from Filius, well, nice play there from Cadena. Smith and DeRossier goes back. Koreman has some room. Koreman will switch field, goes back to Torres. Cadena, the Canisius College sophomore next year from Dover. Played his high school soccer actually at Morris Hills. As that one is out for a throw-in for Morris Elite. Nicely won by Navio. Calico again with a pair of goals this season for Morris Elite. He scored both goals in the win against FA Euro, the Iowa Western College product, going into his sophomore season. But this is the role actually that he thrived in college, as that's a turnover, and now an odd man opportunity for FC Motown. The pass is a little sloppy, but they still have numbers. This is Lynn Harris. Lynn Harris goes wide. The cross comes in. Nice defensive play by Adamas. The rebound doesn't fall. The rebound, the second shot goes wide, as Lynn Harris tried to place it far post, but it misses, and almost was 4 there. And a player down with some cramp for Morris Elite. Looks like it's Adamas. But we talk about Murdy Calico. In his freshman season at Iowa Western, he had 16 appearances, no starts, but he scored 4 times with 2 assists. This is the role he played in college, that super sub off the bench to come in and get goals, as it looks like another substitution coming in here for FC Motown and for Morris Elite. Both teams making 1 change each again. But the question is, when will they bring it on?
So it looks like we're getting a Sembo Ugo coming in for Morris Elite here.
Yep. And so it's going to be Kyle and Harris who's coming off for FC Motown.
And Kyle and Harris has played one heck of a game tonight.
He's played well. Anthony O'Donnell replacing him is what it appears.
And then for Morris Elite,
Ugo coming on.
We're looking at Navio coming off.
Or is it?
Or
no, Navio just giving them.
Hold on.
We'll see who it is confirmed. It looks like.
It looks like it's.
Nope.
Nope. No, hold on. This is.
They're playing a lot of games with us right now.
Yeah, this can get confusing at times. Let's be honest.
And looks like, who is it going to be coming off? It actually might be Adamas coming off here.
Okay.
Who was the player down?
Right.
He seems to be walking off okay, but
I don't think so. He's
a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Perhaps.
He's pulling on that back quad. Looks like something might have pulled or something.
As the referees will take on some hydration as well as the players here. So Kyle and Harris out for Anthony O'Donnell from Motown, and it will be a change of Asembo Augo onto the field for the 16 of Jose Adamas, who puts in another good shift.
Right, it looks like we're getting another forward here, so maybe we're shifting to more attacking kind of mentality for Morris Elite.
You have to. You absolutely have to at this point.
I mean, take that back right now. We're at 75 minutes and going. You need to do something.
And that'll probably move Cadena, who's naturally a defender, back in the line, as Augo will take his place up top.
Right.
So Pangrazi still sitting there. He's had a good game as well. Walja Filius with a bit of cramp on the far side. And, again, you wonder what the other moves will be. You still have Will Pierce, Zach Golden, and Sean McCourt on the bench for Morris Elite as options, but we'll see where they decide to go. But almost an attacking 4 now for Morris Elite, with Filius on the left side, with Calico Pangrazi up top, and then Augo on the left.
Personally, if you were to make it, if I were Kirchi right now, I would make it, if you were to make a substitution, it would either be either two midfielders.
Aguirre Rosas passing it forward. That's a nice interception as Ross had it on his foot. Filius trips on the ball. It's a change up. Turnover here, but a nice interception, and goes back the other way for Morris Elite. Good ball over the top. Is trying to get there, but too far for Calico.
That would have been an offsides call.
There's a nice interception there from Aguirre Rosas. Plays just up the hill at NJIT from Parsippany, New Jersey, out of Par Hills. Going into his sophomore season, he had 8 starts and 17 appearances with 1 assist last year for NJIT. Played his club soccer at PDA, but forced the turnover there. As here comes Motown now very much in control of this game. They've calmed it down As playing it inside is Noriaga.
But let's not forget, Morris Lee had their moments, and it looked as of late, that moment was now.
O'Donnell laying it outside. Back inside now where Acosta will get on the ball. Acosta.
So you could see right now that change in Morris Elite's defense. Now they're playing catch-up. Now they're playing individual keep-up with the players from Motown.
But Motown, see, they're so calm in the attack, and there's a turnover. Tired legs from Torres. Gives it up to Lucas Ross. Gives it back now to Barrientos. Goes wide. Divisio, the captain, sends it inside. Good clearance there from Rosas. Or Torres, I should say. But Motown happy now to just slow things down in the midfield. There's no need to attack unless the opening presents itself. 78th minute here, 3-1 up. A pair of goals from Micah Garnett and a goal from Ben Zakowski. Victor Villa-Gomez's screamer, the lone goal for Morris Elite. Still think there are some people that suggest free kicks should count for 2. Morris Elite, I'm sure, would love to have that rule in effect, but unfortunately it still all counts for 1. As this one goes to the outside, intercepted though. That's a nice play forward. Look out, Lucas Ross. Ross chips, nice save by Velasquez. The rebound, this is on the spinning ball for the volley. FC Motown looking for the spectacular, but the number 14 of Aguirre Rosas mistimes it. It was an open net. It was waiting for him, but he just shanked it, and that's a big opportunity missed for Motown. Will they rue it?
You want to talk about missed opportunities. You know what I would have loved to see? That possible free kick at the end of first half that the official did not let Morris Elite take.
Yep.
I mean, could that been a game changer?
Well,
we don't know.
Well, we have a player down for Motown now, and it looks like, I believe that it's Stefan Korman, as they're going to gain the trainer on.
Yep, we need a medical attention here.
As he was treating Adamas, unfortunately, a busy night for the trainer.
Thank goodness we had the trainer here, first of all.
Yeah. Again, that is league protocol.
Right.
And that's most professional or semi-professional leagues around the world will have that rule in place. And you're seeing why. And again, you don't like seeing it, and a lot of it could be cramped. That's what it could be. It looks like for Korman. He's getting stretched out, but we'll see if he's able to continue. Again, we want to thank the sponsors, though, for today's broadcast here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports. We want to thank Jag 1 Physical Therapy. We want to thank Alfred Sports Shop and the Shop Chatham for their support of Morris Elite SC. And if you're enjoying what you're watching here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV, we encourage you to subscribe to both channels. And if you want to see your game broadcast here with us at Morris Sussex Sports, contact George Muha, George at Morris Sussex Sports, and we will get you on our calendar. We do everything from, as you can see, semi-professional to charity games like we had last week, the Kids Ice Cancer Hockey game that we covered, and, of course, high school sports from football to fencing and everything in between. So if you want to see your broadcast with us, contact George Muha, George at moresussexsports.com for more information. As Stefan Korman up to his feet. And he's done well filling in for Cormac Pike tonight, it must be said, as he is dealing with a bit of cramp here. You can see it's been a tough night running around for the players. It's comfortable conditions, it's comfortable weather, but you still have to deal with that humidity, as it looks like potentially another sub for Morris Elite. We'll see if they decide to go with it. I think that's going to depend on how Korman looks in the next couple of minutes, whether or not they make the change. But we'll wait on that until it becomes official.
Right. We'll wait to see if something could result or something could happen from that possible cramp to Korman here.
And obviously the four attacking options have already been used off the bench by Curtius. That's a long shot from range. That was a decent effort there from Acosta, but went sailing wide.
I mean, you want to talk about Motown, you talk hungry team. You talk about a team that wants it.
Yeah, and there's no dying down here. Even in the 81st minute, up 2 goals. They've played very, very strong. But, again, not playing nearly as much pressure game as they did in the first half or the beginning of this second half. As intercepted here is Noriega. Sends it across to the far side where Divisio will take it. Divisio. Good pressure there. And intercepted, but a foul called on Filius. A little bit of frustration there from Jeff Filius, but
he just got to keep control.
Yep. And to his credit, he has done, and the referee has done a good job of letting things go as well. He has not gone to the card at all in this game, but he's stayed calm. That's a great ball forward. Look out on this one, and a rocket on the goal. And just like that, 4-1 Morris Elite. Lucas Ross, I believe, with the goal. And the visitors have a commanding lead now.
They've had a commanding lead since it became 3-1.
Yeah, well, that was a absolute laser beam on the half volley as well.
That was like you're shooting at a target, you got it on point, bam.
And you know what that was? They went right for Corman. If you notice where that ball was, it was on his side. Again, he's dealing with that cramp.
That's cold. That's cold.
But that is a team that knows how to take its opportunities.
Exactly.
And
you're right.
That's the situational awareness, and it's a beautiful goal.
Right. In a game like this, you got to take care of. You got to take those opportunities, like you were saying, going after Corman with that possible injury, whether it be ethical or not. They took that shot and they commanded it with demanding respect.
Lucas Ross, with his first goal of the season, the commit to the UNC Tar Heels out of Seton Hall Prep. Out in West Orange, actual native. He played at PDA for his club soccer. Has had some time in the Garden State Soccer League. Garden State Soccer League is obviously very, very good in its depth of talent. There's not many places in the amateur game to learn better than the GSSL, and you can see that from Lucas Ross. What an absolute rocket that was. But here comes Morris Elite, still trying to chip away. I mean, still plenty of time in this game.
I mean, that goal from Lucas Ross, he had 3 defenders on him, and he somehow got past them to get that laser shot into net.
As that one is stuck in the feet of Wugo and out for a throw-in for FC Motown. As we'll see how many more substitutions are implemented from either team. And again, the defensive line, it's been pretty good the previous 2 games, but you see, again, what not having Cormac Pike in that back line does is down is a Morris Elite player is Navio, and a free kick for the team in blue. No card again. Again, the referee, he's been consistent. Right. You have to say he's been consistent in this game.
He has been, yes, and I won't negate it. He's been consistent. He's been the person to let things go. He hasn't been taking extreme action.
And this game really hasn't gotten out of control. The game against Hudson Valley, there was a lot of physicality, a lot of flash points.
Yes.
There really hasn't been that in this game. There's been a couple of crunching tackles that we had in the first half, but other than that, it's been a pretty well played game.
This official here looks like he just out of the box. He just commands respect.
And a corner kick now from Morris Elite. 85th minute. Again, we've seen strange things in the game of soccer, so the question is, can Morris Elite find their way to a comeback here? They need to score quickly.
Wait a minute. You've seen Strange Things, like the show on Netflix?
Not that one. It's just Strange, not Strangers. The cross comes in, but Grazi just can't get a foot on it. And again, he's done everything but score today. Pangrazi been very unlucky when he got the start today, and he's made the most of it, except for scoring the goal. That's the one thing he's missed. But he's made good runs.
Right.
He's had good hold-up play.
Sure.
The problem has been just finding the back of the net, and part of that is Constantine Weiss. Although here comes FC Motown the other way on a break.
Like you're saying.
Nice cross comes in, looking for that one, just missing it. That was Ross again.
That was a great touch by Ross. I'm not gonna lie.
Ross looking for another goal of the spectacular. Here comes Morris Elite the other way. Looking to just settle things down as they go across to Corman.
I mean, Motown has commanded this game from minute 1, and there's no looks like they're gonna stop.
Goal 3 minutes in from Micah Garnett. He doubled it in about the 30th minute, and then a ridiculous goal from Victor Villagomez. Kind of changed momentum a little bit for Morris Elite. They certainly were the better team in the last 5 minutes after that goal. They came out strong, missed that double save opportunity from Weiss, and then a minute later, the goal the other way from Zakowski, and then the rocket as that one just goes over the top from Garnett. He's looking for the hat trick, but Zakowski with the goal, and then the bullet from Lucas Ross.
Right, yeah.
But overall, pretty good game for FC Motown, as it looks like They are on their way to 3 more points in the standings. Again, these two teams were only separated by a point coming into this game. FC Motown with 4, a 1-1-1 record. Morris Elite sitting at 1-0-3. They've shown plenty of fight, but again, just not clinical enough in the final third to bury those opportunities when they're presented. There's another turnover.
And like you said before, with Corman getting those opportunities, again, not clinical. He had those opportunities.
And Pangrazi, too.
Right.
Again, and again, the fact that the opportunities are presenting themselves,
right.
That's a positive that Coach Kirchie can take out of this game. But again, just finishing.
Right.
And that's something with strikers. They're hot and cold. They can be streaky at times. That's just the nature of their position.
It's like
there's a hard challenge by affiliates. It's just going to be a throw-in, it appears.
To go back to what you were saying before, it's like you're missing half of the equation. You got the theory, you got the practicality, you got what you're doing there. You know what you're doing is just finishing.
Yep, it's about the process and finishing that process. As we're going to have a substitution here, as it looks like Corman is going to come off.
And it looks like
Sean McCourt will come on here.
Right.
Yep, Corman. Again, a good shift, but he's been dealing with that cramp for the last 5 or 6 minutes, and the referee actually signaling that, yeah, he's done for the night. As Sean McCourt will take the field, the defender. Transfer from Tiffin. He currently plays at Stockton from Mays Landing, New Jersey. Had 8 appearances as a sophomore last year.
The transfer from Tiffin University up in Ohio, a D2 program.
Coming back home a little bit.
Right.
In from South Jersey, from Mays Landing.
At a season high of 55 minutes this past season, so he's getting a lot more in this this semi-professional league.
Well, and he's getting his minutes here for sure, as this goes back to Barrientos. And again, Motown, you could forgive them for just passing around the back, but they're only playing with 2 defenders. They are still looking for more. Again, revenge for last year. This is a team that just missed out on the playoffs in USL League 2 because of that loss at Union High School to this Morris Elite squad. They remember that, as that one is another rocket and a good thing for that extra netting. Otherwise, that one would have hit a taxi.
See, the thing is with Motown, they are taking opportunities. They're taking shots. When it goes over the crossbar, it goes wide. They're taking those opportunities, something we're not seeing a lot with Morris Elite here.
Yep, not in this game at least. But again, the chances have been there, just the finishing not clinical enough as they go wide. Morris Elite, though, still looking for a second goal. You have to say they haven't quit on this game still, despite being down 3. Here they come again. Looking to the inside. Filius inside, Kaliko. Nice touch from Kaliko, but again, that's a little bit too far off, and a turnover. Turnover goes to FC Motown. Motown, though, will just calm things down as we're into the final minute here. Trying to close the box, close the book on this game. And what has been, again, it's been entertaining, folks. There's no doubt about that.
No, yep, that's
it has been one direction in this second half. And again, you think about that double save in the 3rd minute of the second half, where Pangrazi was stopped, Villagomez was stonewalled, and then a minute later, Motown hits that 3rd. If one of those goes in, it's a 2-2 game, wide open, and who knows where this goes. But unfortunately, the breaks did not go the way of Morris Elite tonight, as they were into the stoppage time here. Again, we do not know how much stoppage time we have.
Right.
But I would say it's at least a couple of minutes with a couple of goals here and substitutions.
We don't have that guy holding that giant sign with the
numbers
numbers on
there.
there.
Challenge. There is a shin pad goes flying as Pangrazi gets hit. And a little frustration with Kaliko.
A little bit of miscommunication there between
meanwhile, the
2 teammates, and there's a missing shin guard on the floor.
The shin guard's still sitting there from Pangrazi. He just realized he's missing it, puts it back on. And again, just a miscommunication there, but a free kick here for Morris Elite. They'll send everyone forward. That was a hard challenge for Motown. Again, no yellow cards in this game. It's been very, very, well, according to this official, clean. So it goes to Pangrazi here. He tries to pass it forward, but nice defensive play from Motown as they're looking for a 5th still in stoppage time, but that one's intercepted and played out by Filius. Smith goes wide to Navio. Jordi Navio has options to his right. He gives it there to Augo. Augo cuts to the 18, back to Navio, back to Augo. The two of them go back and forth. Augo Back to Navio again.
They're taking too much time.
Nice job there by Navio. Into the 18. Navio, player down for Morris Elite. Inside the goal almost. It's Pangrazi. And it's played out of play. And a throw in for Morris Elite.
I mean,
a little bit of frustration from both teams, I think.
They were taking too much time on that play. Too much passing around, not enough getting it out. More options needed to be presented for this Morris Elite offense.
It was a decent run though from
It
Navio.
was.
Got a nice play inside, but again, at this point, you just got to play it into the box. But that one cleared away as they were looking for Smith. This is Torres. Torres makes a move around Ross. Torres with a long ball. Weiss will easily claim that as McCourt challenged. And that will be, I'm pretty sure, close to the end of things. As it's simply rolled out by Weiss. Still no final whistle yet from the referee. We play on. Long ball down the right-hand side. McCourt tries to get on that. Heavy collision there. Play on, says the referee, shoulder to shoulder. Smith still on the ball, still looking for options. Gives it wide to Filius. Body streaming forward from Morris Elite, it must be said. Finds its way to Pangrazi. Pangrazi muffs the shot, but he was offside. And Pangrazi not in agreement with that decision, but the linesman on it. And a free kick for FC Motown, and again, probably just seconds away. This might be the final kick of the game.
Right. You would see the referee looking at his watch a little bit previously before this kick takes off.
As Weiss will just send it into play. It's short. Still a few seconds left, according to the referee. Again, it's the minimum. It's his prerogative when to stop the game.
You know the expression, putting that nail in the coffin? I feel like this is that nail in the coffin for Morris Elite.
Yeah, just taking the time right now. It's a slow passing death at this point.
This is just too much to bear for this Morris Elite team.
As Noriaga on the ball now, plays it back.
They're just playing mental games with them right now.
Yep. Torres, though, intercepts again. Good shift again by Torres. And a lot of these players from Morris Elite had pretty good days. Just, again,
as a
not
team.
enough. Yep. DeRossier,
right.
Pangrazi.
Like you're saying, all these players are great individually. They have their great individual stats. As a team, though, I don't know where they stand.
Yep. As that will end it, the final whistle blows. And the Morris County Derby will go to the visitors from FC Motown, a 4-1 scoreline. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with our player of the game and a final wrap-up here on Morris Elite TV and Morris Sussex Sports. Back here at Frederick Douglass Field, the final score 4-1 FC Motown over Morris Elite in a hard-fought and energetic Morris County derby. But if you got to pick a player of the game, the guy who scores 2 goals is usually going to be Micah Garnett.
Yep.
2 more goals for him, 4 on the season for FC Motown as they get their second win, and he was impressive from the first minute.
You want to talk about the first one? Talk about the third minute where he got that first goal from Motown to put them up 1-0. And then he just contributed even more and more. Offense, defense, he was everywhere for this team.
And, I mean, goal of the game again. Tremendous goal from Victor Villagomez in this game, but not enough for Morris Elite. 2 beautiful goals from Garnett in the first half. Villagomez getting it to 2-1 with just about 5 minutes left. But then again, that double save by Konstantin Weiss to keep it 2-1. And then the goal on the other end from Zakowski put this game pretty much out of reach, at least mentally. And then the final goal, a beauty from Lucas Ross, putting it away. As we look forward to both teams, the next game for FC Motown, they will be away at the Westchester Flames on the 11th of June. For Morris Elite, they will travel to FA Euro New York for the game on Saturday, as they will look to improve the record. Morris Elite drops to 1-0-4. while FC Motown goes to 2-1-1 on the season going into their next matchup. But that'll do it for us here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV. Again, Paul, our producer, thank you very much, sir, pressing the buttons. For Sebastian Bravo, I am David Hashagen. 4-1 FC Motown over Morris Elite. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Physical, and look what they're doing now.
They're
excellent strategy.
Beautiful ball through, and a shot and a goal. Micah Garnett. Corman looks for a long ball, looks for Filius. It's a decent one as well. Filius tries to get around. He's taken out from behind. No call, says the referee. We play on. By Rossier inside to Filius. Wild Jeff with a shot. Nice save by Weiss. Wild Jeff with a nice curling effort, but the German in trouble here. A high press from FC Motown. Almost forces a turnover. A shot from Garnett, and he scores.
You can already see the pressure that
Villa Gomez now. Villa Gomez. Using some physicality, Villa Gomez cuts inside the 18. Villa Gomez looking for options. Lays it across, almost gets Pangrazi, but Constantine Weiss. Nice play to cut in front and catch that one. 5 yards out from Villa Gomez. This will be a cross, though, as he sends it in. He actually goes for the top corner. He scores!
That was his Lionel Messi moment.
Golazo! Victor ability. Pangrazi goes wide to Villa Gomez. Villa Gomez, top of the 18, goes wide. Campos with a chance. Side netting and a good save again by Weiss. But they're inside to Campos. Campos, nice move. Keeps going, this Campos. Goes wide now to Navio. Navio to the end line. Does he get there? Yes, he does. The cross comes in. Nice save there, right? Weiss does rebound. Another save by Weiss. Start in the first 5 minutes here in the second half. Garnett on a hat trick. Sends the cross in. It's a good ball, and it's a great goal. Ben Zakowski with a beautiful first interception there. Nicely done by Campos. Trying to move it forward. Nice job by DeRossier. Here goes Pangrazi with numbers. DeRossier comes forward. DeRossier, good job there. Nice defensive play by finds Calico. In space, no to Calico. Good wide pass there to Navio. Navio to Cadena. Cadena inside, looking for Pangrazi. The rebound. It goes across the goal and doesn't go home. Pangrazi. And nice play forward. Look out, Lucas Ross. Ross chips. Nice save by Velasquez. The rebound. This is on the spinning ball for the volley. FC Motown looking for the spectacular. But things go as well. He has not gone to the card at all in this game, but he's stayed calm. That's a great ball forward. Look out on this one, and a rocket at the goal. And just like that.